Salutations, salutations, everyone. I thank you so much for joining me once again with another amazing guest that I have in the building with me. And what you're seeing right now is what my guest actually does. This is called a no water or luxury. This is a waterless pedicure experience, which I never heard of. I didn't even know that existed, so I got to check that out myself. But yeah, so so this person is the owner of the Pedicure Parlor in Houston, Texas. So if you're in that area, I hope that she comes to Atlanta at some point, because she gives you all the experiences of not just pedicures, but manicures. Just give you that overall treatment that is well deserved among men and women. So I'm just so grateful that she decided to come on my platform. So you know, I had to make sure that I had on my bra so I could be ready to present to you and introduce to others Miss Eunique Brewer. Here we go.
I'm coming up, I'm pressing on, I'm getting on, I'm coming up, I'm pressing on, I'm getting over it, I'm heading over.
Eunique Brewer in the building. Miss Eunique Brewer, the one and only. And how are you, Miss Beautiful Lady?
I am amazing. I'm feeling like a million,
Yeah,
inside out.
yeah.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, you all right. I can feel that energy. Thank you for sharing that energy with me. I appreciate that. I can feel it.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Good.
you know. Yeah, but did you have a long was your day long? How many clients did you have today?
No. Well, actually, I didn't have any clients today because
Oh.
no. Okay, so I also have a job. I work in corporate America.
Oh, you still have okay,
Yeah. So when
okay.
I do take my clients, I take them in the evening time. And
Oh.
because I'm here, I'm not taking any clients today. On
Oh,
top of,
okay.
I just became a new grandmother, so I took a couple days off to spend with the
Oh,
baby and things like that. So yeah, no
okay.
clients today, but I did have clients yesterday.
Oh, is that your first grandbaby?
Yes, it is.
That's your first. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Oh, you is it grandma nana? Like, 'cause people
I'm
have
grandma. I'm
grandma.
a grandma. I'm grandma.
Okay.
Whatever she decide to call me, I'm grandma.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice.
Yes.
So, can you tell us about that treatment there? Because, like I said, I never heard of a waterless pedicure. You could give us more about that, please?
Absolutely. Well, a waterless pedicure is done without the client immersing their feet in water. So, what
Okay.
I do is, and it's actually eco friendly. A lot of clients like to use it, especially diabetic clients or whatnot.
Yes.
Some
Okay.
clients may use it because they still want to come to a salon, but they may be hesitant to put their feet in a basin or a jetted spa because they may have had fungus in the past or they may have thinning toenails. So, and what water does, it expands your toenails and then, well, it expands them, right? And make them soft. So if their toenails are already thin, the keratin in there is already thin, the waterless pedicure would be suitable for them because they don't want to do it at home, but they still want the spa experience. So I use steam treatment and just no water.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, but we're gonna get more into some of your other services as well when we get into the business aspect. But I just wanted to get more of an idea of that because that's what I started off with. So I want to make sure that they kind of gave you an intro of what you do for the
Yes.
people. So yeah, but so thank you for sharing that. But I always like to go into the beginning, Unique. I want to
Mhm.
get into your childhood. I want to get into whether you came from a one parent household, two parent household, where were you born and raised? Did you have the block of cheese for a grilled cheese sandwich back in the day? Or did you have the slice of bologna that you have to cut on the sides? Did you have those humble beginnings? Did you have, the Saturday morning cartoons? Did you have the music you had to listen to? And did you have the siblings and cousins that came all the time? And you had to have the palace and the bunk beds, or you had to try to find a way on the couch somewhere, so or you maybe it came from well-to-do beginnings where you had to be bused to school, or you had to, or you took a Porsche to school, or you had working class, or parents who you know gave you a certain type of lifestyle that is not always
Mhm.
acquired by others, which is fine. The
Right.
best of both worlds. I love it. So
Right.
just give me some background.
Okay, well, I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. I
Oh,
am from,
okay.
that's where I'm from.
I get a
And
lot of people from Ohio. Okay, God bless y'all.
And
Yeah.
growing up, I grew up with my mom and my dad, both my mom and my dad,
Nice.
to a
Mhm.
certain extent, right?
Oh.
So, my mom and dad split up around when I was like 9 years old due
Mm.
to the epidemic of drugs and things like that.
Mm.
I did not, I've always had, now let me take it. We did have the block of cheese, right? But we also had the craft too. We always had everything. So we
Yeah.
had,
I like the block better.
yeah, the block is delish. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, my mom, she at the time when I was younger, she did go to school. My dad worked. He migrated from Mississippi up to Ohio. He worked at Ford Motor. My mom is
Nice.
originally from Ohio, and they met. When not, my mom already had a child prior to me, which is my brother that was 7 years older than me.
Okay.
And we grew up in East Cleveland, Ohio. That's from what I can remember when she had me, East Cleveland, Ohio. And we would stay there to about 89. And then we moved to the other side of town, which is on still the east side of town, but we'll call it the other side of town,
Other
which is
side of
on
town.
Harvard with my grandmother.
Mhm.
And at that point, that's when like my mom and my dad had split. And we stayed with my grandmother for about a year. And then we ended up with so back when we stayed together, we all had an apartment, right? And it was a
Okay.
huge apartment, a
Mhm.
3 bedroom apartment, and I had my own room. I had everything. My mom for
Mm.
Christmas, if it came to um my baby Heather, that's what I remember, baby Heather.
Who's
Um,
baby Heather? That's the
it was
dog?
a doll, and the
Oh,
doll, she eat, talk, pee, and do
oh,
everything.
yes,
I wanted her
yes.
so bad. So whatever I wanted, Cabbage Patch, I always had two of a white one and the black one. I always had two. Always wanted the white one and I wanted the
Right.
black
Yes, yes.
one. So and my stuffed animal. So I had a full room, a tea set. I had everything. And my mom would take me out as a little girl. My imagination is wild. So I thank my mom to that. We'll go outside and play, make mud pies. And back in the day, they don't grow anymore. There used to be big green leaves outside, right? And they were
Right.
my greens because I used to watch my grandmother pick greens. So those were my greens for my baby dolls and my, stuffed animals. And I'll bring the stuff back in the house, take some of my mom's seasonings and stuff, and it would start stinking in there, but whatever. And we'll have
I'm
tea
loving this.
parties
Yes.
and things like that. And my dad always worked. So he was never really the kind that was at home a lot, right? Even to this day,
Mhm.
my daddy, he's outside right now,
Oh,
probably.
he's outside?
Probably,
Oh,
yes, he's outside right now. But he always worked, so he worked second shift. My mom worked, she didn't work at that time. And he'll be gone and we'll do our thing or whatever prior to me getting into school age, going to school. And what was it? We would just, I don't know, we read books. I had encyclopedias. I had all of that, but we
mm.
walked to school. I didn't have a bus. My
How
mom,
far? How far did you
well, the walk was maybe, I'm gonna say, I don't know. Let's say about a mile, if
okay.
that. My
Uh-huh.
mom would walk us to school. You know, she never would not let me like walk to school by myself. I wanted to walk to school by myself, but she didn't. She'll walk me to and from school every day. She'll be there. My dad went to work, and we didn't. It was only one car, and I remember he had a Pontiac. It was one car,
Ah,
and I didn't know that women could drive because I only see my dad drive, right? And
wow.
when he did leave and she started driving, I was nervous, had panic attacks. I'm like, I don't think women could drive. And she would get on the highway, and I only remember my father always driving. So, those are like some of my beginnings of growing up. Had a really good childhood. Then when we transitioned from my home in East Cleveland to my grandmother's house over on Harvard Avenue,
Mhm, mhm.
then that's when, yeah,
That's when it started. Mhm,
that's when it started where I had to sleep on the floor.
mhm.
Sleep in my grandmother's room on the floor or in my aunt's room on the floor or whatever, because it was like about 17 of us, I think, at the house at the time. Because my mom was there with her two children, that's three, my grandmother, my
Mhm,
aunt, and
mhm.
her two children. I had two uncles in the basement
Whoa.
and cousins that would come over. Yeah.
Yeah, right, bunch of cousins. I knew it. I
And
knew
it
it.
was a
Mhm,
three-bedroom house up and
mhm.
down, but we made it work and it felt good. It never felt like, oh my God, it's a
It's not
struggle.
oh, okay, good. I was gonna ask you about that transition because you go from having the dolls and and the teacups and, you had your own room and then you sleeping on the floor. So that had to have been a major transition. That's a major shift.
It was a big transition, but
Yeah.
it didn't bother me. I
It
just
didn't. Okay.
conformed to it, you know, whatever. I understood the circumstances and what was going on. And then my mom got us a place with myself, my brother, and her. And then we moved around the corner from my grandmother, not too far or whatnot. And it was back again, had my own room and things like that. So she made it. You know what my mom was? She was someone that she came from poverty, right? And it was six of them. So she made sure no
Ooh.
matter what, we had
Mm-hmm.
everything. Even if she
Yes.
didn't have it, and even if it was a struggle, she made it look really good. So if
She
I
knew
didn't
how to
know it
make it
was a
work.
struggle, right?
Yeah. She knew. Yeah, she did the best she could for what she had. So
Yeah, she
yeah.
did the absolute best she could. Like my mom would do some things to make it happen for her kids, you
Was
know.
that around the Unique? Was that around the time when the drugs entered into?
Well, the drugs entered when I was about 7 years
Okay.
old or so or whatnot. When drugs hit the scene in the 80s or whatnot. And my mom wasn't on drugs or whatnot, but she did get caught up with being selling drugs. And
Oh. Oh.
um, yeah, we had a drug bust in our house in East Cleveland. That's what made
Ooh.
us, that's what we had to move. Yeah.
Oh.
So that
Wow.
was
Okay.
a big transition, but once again, I always went with the flow. My mom never, one thing about my mom that I can appreciate, my mom and my dad, they always taught me what not to do. Even though when they were doing things, I've always been the person, you know, talk
Right.
sense is better than boss
Right.
sense,
Don't
right?
follow my example. Mhm.
And she didn't say don't
Don't.
follow my example. She never said
Oh.
that.
I should have said that. Oh.
I just didn't want
You
that.
just knew. Right.
You're
You
right.
just knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got you. Got you.
So as I got older and got kids, and I realized like that was crazy. What was she thinking about? You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize it was crazy because all of my friends at the time, everyone, we had perfect little homes, perfect little families, all of the, you know, kids. And then I started seeing the parents on drugs and things like that.
Yes.
And I seen how it divided the families.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
normal at that time to me. And it was kind of embarrassing because I would hear some of the kids say, your mom sell drugs. And I didn't, it was like kind of embarrassing, but not really because it was a time that at school, my mom had, she was something else. She'll tell me, you know, my dad, he worked at Ford. So, you know, in school, they was, I guess, like career day or something. What do your
Right.
parents do? And I came home and said, yeah, mommy, I told them my daddy, he worked at Ford. She pinched me and said, you, what happened in our house, stay in our house. You don't go to school and you don't tell them nothing was going on.
Mm.
So I thought
Especially
it
that.
was a bad thing that my
Mm.
dad worked.
But I
Yes,
mean, but yeah, but why did she want to tell? Didn't want
no
you to?
telling what she had going on. No.
No, I'm talking about,
You
but
know,
talking about
oh
as
yeah,
far
in
as
my
your
mind,
dad.
exactly. Like I'm like that's a good thing, but
Yeah.
whatever. You know, I don't want that no more. So,
Mm.
um, yeah. So when the drugs hit or whatever, life got kind of fast, and that is at with that point with my mom, I wasn't everything. So they say from the ages of 0 to 6 years old, you are going to be who you be, and that is the imperative stage for a child. I had that. So
Yeah.
anything after, I already was defined on who I was going to be and what was going to happen. I was already structured. She prayed every night, no matter what. She would
Mm.
pray every night, even in the midst of her doing her crime or whatever. She was praying, you know. And it used to be funny because they would call her Queenie, like she was the queen bee or something.
The queen pen.
It's crazy, crazy. However, with that being said, we I just knew certain things I just didn't want to do when I became an adult. I didn't do
Right.
those things.
Right.
And she, you know, repented and she asked for her me for her
Right.
forgiveness and things
Yes.
like
I
that.
was going
So
to ask. Okay. Yeah. Let's go there, Unique. And
yeah.
yeah, let's go there. Um, and also congratulations on you having the ability to understand right from wrong and knowing. Okay, you because the experience is best teacher. So congratulations on learning from that experience. By the way, I
Yeah.
to. I had to do that too. I watched. I watched. They actually did it in front of me. They didn't care. They sniffed
Yeah.
right in front of me, and I'm like,
Exactly.
oh
Yeah, I
damn, I'm
did.
the correct, and I'm like, dang. I mean, they had no
I
shame
see
whatsoever.
I
you
never
know?
not it's let's say this. It's
Yeah.
nothing I have not yet seen.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
As a
Okay.
little girl, but it
Yes.
didn't bother
So I'm
me.
glad that you learned from experience, but let's I'm gonna just dig a little just a little deeper.
Okay.
Um, because like I said, I've grown up, if you hear the interview with my mom, you understand where I'm coming from because she was an addict and
Okay.
over 30 years clean, shout out to her.
Yeah, go, go
That's what I
girl.
said. You can yeah, you can yeah, you're right. You wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to tell if I told you, you wouldn't even know. You
Exactly.
don't
She
even know.
reclaimed her life.
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Yes.
Been there. So in that space and growing up and and I'm listening to you and I was like being able to relate to what you were saying during your childhood and when you said your mom repented and because she still loved the Lord. I mean, I think that when you go through certain things and not to condone what she did because I'm glad that she realized that someone is wrong, but the fact that she was aware and sometimes you you know even know what you do is wrong, but I mean, but sometimes when you in the bind and you go through these situations where financially you're just not able to cut it, and sometimes you just lose, use the last resort, and it's so easy for us to judge our parents or judge certain people and not really knowing you know, what it is, because we
Yes.
see from outside looking in, but we don't really know what it truly is. You get where I'm
Exactly.
going? Okay.
Yes.
So, the fact that she had repented and she had sincerely, um, asked God for forgiveness. So, can you take me to how did that look to you at that time when she transitioned from that space and went and shifted back into into God's presence, I should say. But she shifted
Okay.
back into God's presence. Can you tell me how that looks for you?
Yeah, so so that happened in the 80s. Say, once we moved to my grandmother's house, she was still going back over to East Cleveland doing the thing, even though the police had came busted the house and all that. She was still
Yes.
going over there for a while. She was about to go to prison. And she actually didn't, but she wound up being on probation for a lot of years or whatnot. However, and she was trying to find placement for me and my brother to go while she goes to
Yes.
prison.
Mhm.
And what happened was, I don't know, God came in, obviously, because that's the only thing I could say. God came in, and when I say when he came in, meaning that she completely just stopped. And it looked good to me. Like, it didn't look like anything that, like the transition was great. What the transition really happened is when she got into church,
Yes.
in 96.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Give
And
me that
she
stuff. Give me that.
transitioned.
Yes. I
And
love
that
that.
that
Yes.
looked now that looked to me like, what would I call him, a spiritual nut. That's what I used to think.
Mm.
It was a
Mm.
bit much because it was religious. Not a
Yeah.
spiritual nut, no, it was religious. She was a bit religious because she was in a Pentecostal church, and it was like
Ah,
all of
makes
a
sense.
sudden all of these things that we could do, I can't do no more. Like, I couldn't
Yeah.
have. I had a
Yes.
poster on my wall, I remember,
Major
with two
switch.
big switch,
Mhm.
with Tupac and Snoop Dogg. It was a Saint Eyes poster. I
Okay.
had to take that down because it had demons. Everything was demonic,
Very demonic. Yes. I guess she was like, "Look, I'm just getting back into God's graces now, so I'm like, I don't want to do anything more.
Nothing.
I'm trying to make sure that all my T's are crossed and all my I's are dotted."
That part, she said
She
I had
wasn't
done enough.
playing.
She was not playing at all. Don't She said I could not listen to my music in the house no more. My little rap music that I would probably listen to.
Right,
All
right.
of that stuff. I'm like, this is crazy, And at that time, I was 18 because that
Mm,
happened in 96. Yeah, I was 18 years old. So at that time, I was probably more rebellious. She wanted me to go to church. I didn't want to go to church because at that church, like I said, it was a Pentecostal church. They had to wear skirts. Well, at that time, I used to be really, really, really skinny, and I was self conscious of my skinny legs. I never wanted to
oh,
wear skirts,
mm,
and I just felt like that don't define me. I didn't have the words to verbalize that, but I'm like, that doesn't define me, and that's not going to put me in hell. But I didn't
right,
know how to say that at that time. I was
right.
just saying no. Like, I'm not going to no church, And she like, I feel like you're trying to force this on me.
Mm.
And yeah, like, yeah, I didn't want that because it was a big switch, like instantly. From one day we was doing this, and the next day we was doing that.
Yeah, and I think it should have been gradual. I think, yeah, I think it should have been more like a, kind of easy to. But I like I said, I do understand your mom's position. Like I said, she's like, look, I'm trying to get back into God's good graces, but but there's nothing wrong with just um, helping your children transition into it without a major, because like it's like a major cultural shock, you
Yeah,
know.
that part. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a
definitely.
major. It's like you going through. It's like going through a withdrawal process. To be honest with you, it's like going
Yes,
through a withdrawal in a
yeah,
sense because it's like, okay, how you go from one extreme to another? You got to meet in the middle at some
exactly.
point.
A lot
Yeah.
of judgmental judgments and
Yeah.
things like that.
Right.
But like I said, from the very beginning, she always taught me how to pray. We prayed
Mhm.
every day, no matter what she was into. Because she said it today. I must have been a fool praying to God, asking him one more time, God, just let me do this one more time, knowing what she was doing was wrong. So
Right.
what
Oh, that's
yeah.
funny. Yeah, so, Unique, but thank you for sharing that, and shout out to your mom for her journey. How's she doing?
She's absolutely amazing now. You know,
Good.
my dad, he was the one that had got on the drugs, and I love me. My dad, he's very open, so he was on drugs pretty much from that time. Say about I'm gonna say
Mm,
about 7 or so. Up until the last, he's been clean for 15 years. But when I say reclaim his life, I can understand because you would never know. You would
right,
know.
yes.
And one thing about my father, he has so much wisdom. He's always had. He's never been a missing in action dad. I always know where he was
He's
at.
always been
It's
present.
just he had a habit. And the thing
Mhm.
is, I always tell both my parents, they didn't know what that stuff was going to do to them.
Right. No,
You
of
know, they
course
just
not.
tried it. It came into the
Yeah.
neighborhood. They tried it and it rocked their world. Not just
Yes.
my parents, but a lot of parents, a lot of my peers,
Yes.
a lot of
Yes.
people. And so they had no idea what. And I really thank them. They showed me what not to be.
What
But in
not
the
to do,
midst of all,
yes.
they protected me. I have never
Mhm.
been in a situation where I've been kidnapped, raped, molested, nothing. My parents were great parents. We did vacations. We went to the beach. We did family things at home. It was called Jogga Lake. We would do Jogga Lake. That's like a amusement park, like a Six Flags.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Our SeaWorld, we did those things as a family. Picnics, like I said, we go feed the ducks. We, they instilled all of that family values,
Nice,
all of that. It's
nice.
just that part took
That
their life
part.
somewhere. But my dad, he retired from his job. He never lost
Mm.
his job. He's always been like an amazing man. He's
So he's
like
functional.
very functional. And
Wow.
then and
That's
to this
amazing.
day, he is the man. I love my daddy. I
Mm.
love him. I love that he went through his journey because he went through it for me, you know, and he's such an amazing man with great wisdom. I love
I
him so
love it.
much. Yeah.
Oh, shout out
That's
to
my
both your
guy.
parents.
That's my guy.
Yes, that's
We
your
talk
guy.
every single day. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to both your parents, for just coming. Shout out to both of them. That's no easy feat. So, shout
Yeah,
out,
it was hard.
yeah, shout out to both of them. Yes, I mean, I'm proud of them myself. I don't even know them, and I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
I do understand. I understand it because we both come. I think our history parallel in that sense. So yes, I definitely understand it. So I
Yes.
thank you for sharing that with us, Unique. I really
Absolutely.
appreciate that. And so now let's go. Let's shift into elementary and junior high school.
Okay.
Difficult time because we got into the childhood, right? We got into the home part, the home life, some of the home life. Um,
Hmm.
Now I want to get more into the schooling because elementary, junior high school is such pivotal parts of our lives when we are developing our social skills.
Yes.
We starting to have the pizza parties, looking forward to recess. We trying to figure out, how to read and write. We humping in the staircase, some of us, some of us that want to admit it, so we have our favorite, teachers that we look up to, and we have
Yeah.
more respect for our elders. We curse on the low. We don't curse in front of other people. We curse among each other. So
Yeah.
things like that. I just want to know for Unique, elementary, junior high school, shy kid. Were you a popular kid? Did you join any clubs? How were your grades? How was your so like how did what was your self discovery? Like give us some of that.
So in elementary, from kindergarten to fifth grade, I was in East Cleveland, and I
East
went to a school called Prospect Elementary. And I think I was a good kid. Actually, I was spelling bee person. I could spell really
Cleveland.
well. I love to read. I'm an avid reader now. I love to read, and I used to do all the buckets and get the pizzas from Pizza Hut back in the day. Um,
Oh, okay.
And so what happened is once my mom and dad that transition had started and those the drugs took
Yeah.
control
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
she was out, whatever. I felt like I could do what I want to do. And so in the fifth grade, I felt the fifth grade because I was going to school because I like I said, they never hid anything from me. So I would go to school and my mom would give me $10 a day. And I would go to school and pick up
In the fifth grade,
candy.
you had $10 a day in the fifth grade.
Yes. She
You
would
give you
give me
$10.
$10 a day.
That's a lot of money for.
I was a lot.
Oh,
And I
that is
was
a lot
going
of
to buy
money.
candy. Like my mom, I had fur coats, I had Gucci purses and things like that, and as a little girl because she was the lady
Wow,
outside,
right,
right?
she was about that life. Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
So when I would go to the corner store before school and stop at the store to get candy. And I will use terminology that I hear them using in the house. Re up. I need to re up on my candy.
Ooh, 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 not the re-up.
Yeah. And I would sell candy.
Oh,
I've always had like a business minded. I always, and so my mom, when people would come to our house to buy their drugs or whatever, I would make, because I'm creative too. I would make what you call pussy willows. I would take styrofoam and put them on sticks and sell it to the people that would come to her the house to buy stuff from her. They would have to buy stuff from me too. And I would sell it like 10, 25 cents, stuff like that. So
the
I always had,
styrofoam on sticks.
so you know what pussy willows, right? It's just like that
Right.
plant.
Yeah.
But I would take sticks from outside and I would take
Uh-huh.
styrofoam and glue them on there. And I had my own homemade pussy
Oh,
willows.
okay, 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 okay.
I
Thank
don't
you
know
for
why
sharing
it
that.
was fascinating to do it, so I did it, and I sold them to her clients. But I will stop at the store. It was called Ellis. Ellis was the candy store on Euclid Avenue in East Cleveland, and I would buy donuts and I buy all this candy and take it to school. And my pencil box became my cash register. And I
Okay.
sat in class and I did absolutely nothing. And I did nothing because I knew I wasn't going to get in trouble. My mom wasn't going to do anything because she doing her thing.
Right,
And
right.
then sometimes I wouldn't go to school at all. She
Mm.
had no idea that I was not in school. And I wasn't doing anything like heinous or, mischievous or even being like a fast little girl. My best friend, her name was Erica Simmons. And we was best friends from first grade. And I still consider her my best friend, even though we don't stay in contact no
That's
more.
right, right. Mhm,
But she was my
mhm.
first friend. And she had a brother, and her brother was older than us. I think he's about like 6 or 5 years older than us. So in fifth grade, he already probably in the ninth grade or something. He would cut school with his friends, and so we would not go to school and be with him and his friends sometimes,
Just
even
hanging out.
just hanging out. And the kids was doing back then. Kids would do silly stuff like put alcohol
Yes,
on them and burn it up. Even though you know how you put the alcohol and burn yourself,
yes. Did
type
you
of
did you did you put glue on your hand and peel it off?
all the time. I put glue, peel it off. I used to put glue in my desk in the pencil holder and make fingernails because
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I
okay,
always
okay.
been doing nails since as a little girl. My mom back before she used to take me to school every day, like I said, right, and pick me up.
Right,
And
right.
after school, we would have to stop at this store called Lawson's, which was like a convenience store. And she would say, "Hey, Nene," because that's what they call me, Nene or Neek. You can get whatever you want. And I would pick up the Lee's press on nails. That's back in the day when they
Ah,
came in a
yes,
pack, and they
yes.
would either be brown, purple, red, or with.
Mhm,
And I picked
yes.
those up, and she was like, "No, I'm talking about like a Three Musketeers or a Lay's potato chips, not no fingernails, not no
So
false."
nails.
So I always gravitated to just doing nails. And then, so that was really like my childhood at school. And I did used to look forward to field day at the end of the year. We would
Where did
go
you
outside.
go? Yeah, where
Well,
did you go?
field day would just be outside
Outside,
and
okay.
at the back of the school, and they would have
Yes.
all these different like activities for us to
Yeah, and
do.
like, oh, these games, dances sometimes, that's how it used to be
Yes. Or
with us,
popcorn. They bake the
Yes,
pop the
yes.
popcorn, and if I brought my money 50 cents to school, I could give me a bag of popcorn.
Yeah, yes.
My favorite field trip would be going skating. I love to go skating, and then when I moved when I moved to my grandmother's house, my mom had to go register. Now I knew I felt the fifth grade. She didn't know it. So
Wow.
when we went, she went to the Cleveland Board of Education to sign me up for school. She's like, "I got something to tell you, Nene. You didn't you failed the fifth grade." And I'm thinking to myself, "I've been knew this. You just not finding out." But
Did you have to repeat?
I did, and I had to
Yeah.
repeat. I
Mhm.
had to
You got
repeat,
you got left back. Look at you, young got left back.
but it wasn't too embarrassing because I was in a whole new school on a other side of town. Nobody knew,
Mhm.
so.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't embarrassing, and I that school I went to, it was called Grace Mount Elementary. So I went to Grace Mount, and that's where I met some of my forever friends. That's my friends today there. And I did fifth and sixth grade, graduated sixth grade, and went to Elliott. Elliott was my junior high school where I did
Junior high.
seventh and
Okay.
eighth grade.
And what
Yes.
happened there?
Um, the same kind of
Still the same thing. You
behavior.
still ain't learned from
Well,
it.
no, I did my school. I did schoolwork. I was doing my schoolwork, but I was part of this crowd that wasn't no good. That's hanging out with friends, and we was, you be a clique, and
Yes.
I wasn't a studious person. I wasn't. I wasn't a straight A girl. I did it. I got by. Okay, and the C was good to me, and so that's what it was. But still respectful. I still respect my parents, my mom. Whatever. My grandma. It wasn't that I was missing the action. Never a runaway, because I never had. Life wasn't never that bad in my
Right, right.
eyes. Yeah.
Because you were acting up. You were the one acting up anyway.
Exactly.
You know.
And but it wasn't acting up really bad. It's just
No,
for
it
so
was.
with junior high school, my brother had ended up having a baby, because like I said, he's 7 years older than me. So he had a baby by this girl, and which is my niece mom. And she had a sister that was a few years older than me. So I always hung out with people a little bit older. She was already in
Mhm.
high school.
Okay.
And so we would do a lot of walking. We would walk around the neighborhood. We would go from one neighborhood to the next neighborhood to another neighborhood, just walking, a group of girls from different neighborhoods, stopping by a friend's house, things like that. Nothing too adventurous. And, that's basically it. Then my mom moved out to Bedford, Ohio, and I went to Bedford High School. And so at Bedford High School, um, things was cool. And then I got expelled from Bedford High School.
Girl. you just you just taking this on the road. Like, you taking this from one school after the other. Like, you just like, how you end up. Okay, well, before we get to that expulsion, before we get to this, like, I don't want to get more into, like, at that time transition into high school. That's when you become more, and more self discovery is happening. You're starting to develop, and I know you're still hustling. And are you dating at this time, or you're are you joining any club? Like, like, I want to get into the more high school
So,
stuff.
well, I'm gonna be honest. I never joined any. Oh, I was in cosmetology once I got in 11th grade, but I was never in any clubs. I didn't feel adequate enough. Like, we had a swim team, and we had to do swim to graduate in Bedford. That was like,
Oh, really?
and I'm afraid of water. I love water, but I'm afraid to try to swim and hold my breath and go
Mm.
up underwater. And so
Oh, I
that
love
didn't.
to swim.
I don't know
Hmm.
how to swim. I'm so scared that I'm gonna drown, because years ago I would used to spend summers with my cousins in the projects,
Hmm.
and I remember this guy had this girl on his neck, and when he flipped her back, I went back and I went under the water, and that just scared me. And I just like, I'm gonna die. I'm about to
Oh.
drown. But then I
Mm.
remembered this movie. You put your hands up, and I came to the top, and ever since then I'm like, I don't never want to go underwater
Oh
again.
my.
Yeah.
Oh.
So other than that, I didn't join any clubs. It was on the phone. A girl on the phone watching Soul Train on the weekends with my friends till the sun come up. You know, never into any sports. And I didn't develop until after
Oh.
I had my daughter. I had her at
Oh, okay.
yeah. I was
Oh, you
skinny.
met her in high school, you said?
21. I was
Oh,
21.
20. Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, I was very very skinny, skin and bones, and I was dark, so I didn't really have no boyfriends. And back in the day, the kids, well, the guys in the neighborhood, they was my friends, but they
Hmm.
would make fun of me and call me Minute Bow, because my shoulders are wide a little
They
bit.
called you what?
Minute Bow. I guess it was some football player. I don't
Oh,
know, but
oh, okay.
kids could be cruel. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it never I never felt away. I just didn't join any sports. I did try volleyball, and I remember this girl at Bedford telling me, "You hit like a girl," and I'm thinking, I am a girl. Like, what the hell?
Duh.
Like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, forget it, because they was like aggressive, with the
Right.
sports.
Yeah. With sports, yeah, yeah. With that, yeah, they are very aggressive.
But I was a cheerleader in junior high school. So I was a cheerleader in junior high school,
Okay,
and
okay.
with the pom poms, went to competition. We didn't win anything, but that was the one thing I did do.
Mhm.
Mostly like I'm like a girly girl because as a little girl I wanted to be a ballerina. That's like I thought that was my thing.
Right.
And so my mom put
But
me in ballet
you
at the
did some ballet.
YMCA.
Okay. How did you
Yeah,
do?
not good. Well, she put me at the YMCA. So let me tell you what happened. I
Yeah.
didn't really go back because I don't think she had the money to pay for me to go back. And so she made
Mm.
it that if I guess I did something one day, and she's like, I'm not paying for ballet no more. But it ain't that I did anything that bad. It's just, and I was a really little girl at that time, like maybe 5 or something. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you. So, what led up to you being expelled? What had happened?
Um, so at this point, I did have a boyfriend, and this
Okay.
girl,
Okay. Now we getting somewhere.
and this
Mhm.
girl, because I got expelled in the 12th grade, I believe. Yeah.
12th grade.
And so this girl,
Why would you? I mean, of all, 12, you already almost out. Like, why
I
would you
know, and then back then
really?
we had to take this OGT test to pass to
Hmm.
graduate. I passed it the first time I took it in the ninth grade, so I was done with that. All I had to do was just come to school, right, and
Just
do my
right.
academics.
Right.
Well, this girl that was my friend, I don't know, she was on the phone with my boyfriend, and I told her I was gonna cut her tongue out her mouth when I seen
Oh,
her, and I had a box cutter for real, and she went and
what?
told on me.
You don't Lord, girl.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
and she
Oh
told
my
on
God.
me, and once she told on me, I they came and checked my locker, and I had a box cutter, so that was terms for expulsion.
Yeah, it would be. Yes, unique. It would
Yes,
be.
it would be. And then, they said I could come back the next year. And I'm like, I'm not going back because I'm already a year behind. And now,
Right.
and I'm like, no. So I just got my GED.
GD. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but don't. But yeah, but I'm sure it didn't let you. I'm glad that it didn't let that stop you. That's what I meant to say.
Oh,
It didn't let
no,
that stop
it
you.
didn't
Yeah.
stop me. And I wasn't going to
Mhm.
cut her tongue out, literally,
Right, right. But I mean, well, hey, you never know. She didn't know that. She didn't want to take that chance. She took that threat very seriously. And then
Hmm.
you had the weapon.
I did. But I didn't have it for her. She just knew that I'm the type of person I always carry like a knife or something on me
Yeah.
because I'm on a bus a lot. I call a lot of the at home
Hmm.
it's called the RTA. So that was the public transportation. So I'm on a bus and things a lot. So I always had a weapon on me
Right.
just for that.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah.
But, but yeah, but look, she put two and two together that day. She was just like,
Mhm.
you talking about cutting people's tongues out and everything, all because of because some boy. Oh,
No,
dang, look
right.
at
That's
that.
crazy
Got
business.
expelled over some boy. Oh,
Silly.
silly, yeah.
Right.
So after that happened, after you done got kicked out of school, what you do right after that? What you right after you got your GED? What you do right after that?
Right after that, I would start hanging out with his friends in the hood, because living in Bedford is a suburb, and and it was just so funny because I was from the hood, not the suburb. So the suburban kids, they were just a little different from me, and so I would be like, I'm going down the way, catch the bus and hang out. That's what I did right after that. Literally, I wouldn't, to be honest, I was just nothing, hanging out with my life. That's it, doing
Mhm,
nothing.
mhm,
I did work. I worked at Sally's Beauty Supply. I always
mhm.
had jobs, and I've
Right, give
always
me
worked
some,
like
yeah,
multiple jobs. So I worked at the
yeah,
gas station, and I worked at Sally's Beauty Supply, and I always worked like over at the mall. At the time, our mall was called
okay,
Randall Park Mall. So I had various jobs at the mall working. Like I would work at GNC or Jeans West, merry-go-round
mm,
stores like that. Yeah, so just working, hanging out, nothing productive with my life. I started dating my daughter's father, which we got married in '99. And when we got married, I had my baby. I had my baby in '99. No, did we get married? Yeah, we got married in '99, but we had the baby in November '99. And at that point, when I got pregnant, I said I better figure something out
mm.
because this at that point, like life took a instant. Like I got to figure something out. I cannot be having no babies. I did not like my life is
Right, well, how
a
did it
mess.
shift? I mean, so what happened in that space? Like, how
Well,
did
I had the baby, and I was trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with my life. Just what I always wanted to do nails, but at that point, I wasn't getting. I wasn't. I didn't have my nail license or anything. So, but I always did nails. So I always did nails at home.
Right, right,
So my
uh-huh,
mom's living room was like a nail salon while I was
mhm,
pregnant with the
mhm,
baby.
yep,
And then what happened is I went to school for medical and dental assistant.
okay,
So like, I got to figure something out. And I got my
right,
medical assistant certificate in phlebotomy. And I worked at American Red Cross. As soon as after I had that baby, let me say about when did I start? I started Red Cross. I had her in 99. I started at Red Cross in 2000, 2001. I started at Red Cross because I went to school from 2000 to 2000 for 8 months. And then, yeah, got the job right after
mhm,
school. But I worked in the lab and I manufactured red blood cells and prepared them for transfusions
mm,
and platelets and plasma. So that was my first real
wow,
like career job, the
that's
American Red
cool,
Cross.
that sounds
Yeah.
cool to me, yeah,
So I just persevered my way. I was never a kid. Like my kids, they don't want to move. But I wanted to move immediately. Like I couldn't wait to move. So I
mhm,
got the baby. My mom didn't want me to move. She wanted me to stay with the baby at home, but I'm like, I gotta go. We need our own space. And I moved. At the time my husband was in prison. He went to
mm,
prison. And then
yeah,
he ended up I divorced him. So
yeah, that's a lot on you, so, I
yeah,
mean,
it
how
was a lot.
yeah, yeah,
We got divorced in 2000. Yeah, we got divorced in 2003. And then from there, just working American Red Cross. I met my son father and we
okay,
dated. And then we had a baby 2 years later. And when we had him, I that was a time of my life. I was just in a very low part time of my life because I really didn't
mhm,
have nothing figured out, to be honest. I was just operating. And
right,
so I was on autopilot operating, kind of going further and further into the daggone ditch. Um, and having being with that guy, he was I'm gonna say abusive, you know,
mm,
in every which way.
mm, mm,
Trying to alienate me from my family. He was a very good provider, and I thought that I had to stay with him
that's all
because
you needed?
yeah,
Mm,
right.
yeah,
But
yeah,
he was crazy in another kind of way. So
yeah,
and when I had my son, I left him. So when I had the baby at the hospital, I left the house, the home we were staying at. We were staying out Euclid. We had an apartment out Euclid. Actually, it was my apartment. He came to live with me, but I left him in that apartment by himself, and I had a new
mm,
apartment, and he had no idea because I'm like, I can't do this. I don't want to just raise my children while my daughter's
yeah,
seeing
you
that.
gotta be safe.
Yeah,
Mm,
and so with that being said, I my son, I noticed that he needed something wasn't right with my baby. My baby was the perfect baby in the world. I said, I got the
wow,
perfect baby in the world. He would sleep from 7 p to 7 a. This baby don't wake up. This baby is completely different from the girl. And it was a boy. He's a boy. And he doesn't kick me. I'm noticing my baby, he's not making any movements.
mm,
He's not kicking me when I'm
mm,
changing him. He's just there.
oh,
So I was like, let me talk to the pediatrician.
right,
So let the
right,
pediatrician know that, hey, my baby is not doing anything. The pediatrician said, did a little assessment. He wasn't following him either with, the little light.
mm,
So we uh, referral to the neurologist. The neurologist at that time did an MRI on his brain and noticed that the white matter on the left side of his brain was damaged, which caused developmental delays. So
mm,
I had to take a heck of a backseat, right? Where I only could work very little hours because I'm in physical occupational speech
yes,
therapy
yes,
immediately from the time that baby was like about 5 months on. Because I wanted to make sure that I'm giving him the best quality of life. And that is, so we was in these therapies. I seen this ad in the paper, in the newspaper, that said they was hiring for a medical secretary. All you need is medical terminology. And I said, oh, that's me. That's my job.
what was your
Because
son, before you get into that, what was your son diagnosed with exactly? What
developmental delays.
okay. Mhm.
Because they try to say cerebral palsy.
Right, 'cause I was think that went across my
Yeah.
mind when you were talking
But
about
then
it, yeah.
they came back and said this developmental delays.
Mm,
So And if you see him today, you will never know.
You
Because everybody
never
says nothing wrong with the baby,
wow.
nothing wrong with the baby. I'm his mom. Something is
Right,
wrong with
you
the
would
baby.
know,
The
right.
baby is not walking. The baby
Right.
keep his hands
You would
fist
yeah.
closed. He had mild muscle tone. And
Mm,
I did have gestational diabetes, so I don't know if it could have came from the insulin or what, but they say he kind of lost oxygen to like had a little stroke or something,
mm.
when he was, when I was
Right, you
pregnant
just
with him.
kinda
Yeah.
right.
So, however, when I went to this interview, it was nothing of being a medical secretary. This interview was, I don't know what it was, because I'm like, I can answer none of the lady's questions, but she gave me the job anyway. I said, this is
Hmm.
crazy. And
Yeah,
it
it
was
is.
not,
Hmm.
it was not at the Cleveland Clinic. Because they said they advertised it at the Cleveland Clinic, all of this, I'm going to be a medical secretary, need medical terminology. I get to this place, it was at a like a little office, like them office buildings where people had their offices. It was
Mhm,
an
mhm.
office, and it was a consulting firm actually. I don't know what this lady talking about. I don't know none of what she's saying to me, and I'm saying to myself, "Oh my God, this is not going well." But they hired me, and they hired me with a great a pay, and I couldn't believe it. And at that point, I said, God know me, and I know
I
God.
apparently, it has to been God.
Wait a minute. And then, so it was project work. I'm a systems analyst, healthcare IT systems analyst. At the time, I had no idea. I get on these people's floor because we would do go lives where we would support the system. This is when they were transitioning from pen and paper to computer, where they doing everything on the computer now, right? And
Mhm.
so I will be at that time. They call us red coats or go live support. I would be on the floor, and they would ask questions. I just stand there, and if they ask a question, the nurse clinician, I'll help them get to where they need to be. But I didn't know what to do because I didn't know where they needed to
Yeah,
be.
you got no
I had
idea.
no idea what is going on.
You was just thrown in there.
But what I did is I learned, I listened. I learned how other people responded that was on the floor with me. And whatever question I learned that this question is a repeated question. I'm on the same floor, the same unit. So different nurses, same question. I'm gonna write this question and this answer down. So then I just learned that, and
Right,
then we
right.
had a little
You be more
training.
prepared.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
it turned into a career. I've been doing it for 20 years now.
Really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes, it turned into an amazing career. I've traveled all over the world with going to different hospitals, helping them implement their software. And my kids
Mm.
would travel with me when they were younger. I put them in school online, K-12, and they would go along with me, So
Wow.
we figured it out. We made it work. Yes.
Wow, so you had no experience whatsoever and no training.
Now, when they tell me and also this is something else. As I say, it's about what God say. It's not about what nobody say.
Yeah.
And once you are in alignment,
Yes.
you're going to get what's for you. You're never going to miss
Mhm.
out on your blessings. So they said, you got to be a nurse. You're not no nurse. I talk to God because I'm not a nurse.
Right,
I
right,
don't have a
right.
degree, but I'm qualified because God qualified me, and I'm here. And I'm
And I
here
told you
today.
experience is the best teacher. Like I just said. See, there
But
you go.
yeah, so with that being said, I just traveled all over. When I said the world, the United States, pretty much different
Mhm.
hospitals and institutions would implement this system, and it came to the point on how I transitioned. You go ahead. Sorry, I'm just
No,
talking.
no, I'm enjoying this. I'm loving this.
I
Yeah.
used to say to myself, I can live nowhere. I love Ohio. I love Cleveland until I came to Texas to work, and I worked in Dallas in
Why
2009.
Texas?
Well, I had to come here and work in
Oh, for work.
2009.
For only for
Yeah.
work. Okay.
And I fell in love, but it was in
Okay.
Dallas. I worked up there at Parkland Memorial in Dallas. And I was like, I could live here. But I just didn't make that transition right away. I said, when these kids get older, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to move. I'm going to move. But in the interim, I built a home in Ohio. I had
Mm.
a house. I had everything going. So I didn't leave Ohio because life wasn't great. I left Ohio because one, I'm gonna tell you two things. I met a guy
Okay.
in Chicago, and he lived in Houston. He was working
Okay.
on oil tanks, and I was working doing what I do at the
Mm.
hospital.
Right.
And I met him through a coworker. It just so happens she's from California, he's from California, and somehow they there together. And she's like, "You want to go do this paint and sit one night in Chicago after work?" And I'm like, "Cool." She's like, "I
Mhm.
got my homeboy here. You want to meet him?" And I'm like, "Well, do he like chocolate women?" Because so we met and we talked. He would visit me in Ohio. I would visit him in Houston. So that's why Houston. But he said he wanted to come to Ohio. And I said,
Okay.
no, this is the perfect transition for me to get up out of here because I already said I needed to get out of Ohio, well, at least Cleveland, because I'm raising a black male. And the city, the streets of Cleveland can be kind of rough. They are rough. I'm not going to even sugarcoat it. Not
Mhm.
kind of. They are rough.
Mhm.
And it's a lot of poverty there. It's a lot of, and I know what I instilled in my children and what I do, but also I work. I do think I had my salon was in Ohio as well. I had a loft. We'll get there. But however, I know as they get older, I can't just cuddle him all the time. I got to let him jump off the porch, ride his bike, do some things.
Right, right.
Give him the same experiences I had. I had bikes, I had skates, we did things. And I always kept my kids in activities, sports, whatever. I always try to do, like my mom said, you always do more than what you had. So I didn't think I didn't triple than what she did for me. And she didn't double what she had for herself for me.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
with that being said, my son, I want him to go outside and ride bikes. I mean, he has to have a social life. He was always in the grade he's supposed to be in. He graduated like he was supposed to. Yeah,
Wonderful, wonderful.
everything, but yeah. So he even went to college and he works and he just bought him a new car. Like he has a girlfriend, he has a
Okay,
functional life. Nothing, thank
alright.
God. It was
Yes.
rough, but we got there.
That's why I said early detection, early intervention. Parents, don't be too proud for early intervention.
No,
Do
no.
do there's resources out there for a reason, so shout out to your son.
Yeah, it's just a lot, and the resources helped a lot.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
with that, I'm like, I don't want to bury my son because I could see this happening because I see it happen all around. What's happening. We lived in the hood. We built a home in the hood. Through I had got the home through Habitat for Humanity. So of course I'm
Oh,
in the
okay.
hood, right?
Right, right.
And and then so with that being said, my girl, she's great. She does what she's supposed
Shout
to
out
do.
to your daughter.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but my son, he's a boy. He has friends, and then nothing against nobody. I try not to be judgmental, but a lot of the children in the hood come from different backgrounds. That's just
Oh,
not so
yeah.
nice, you
Yeah, yeah.
know. And then you have these kids that's fending for themselves or
Yes.
whatever. But that doesn't mean they can't be friends with these children. And I
Mhm.
always open my door up. My kids, and I would tell my kids, you can't go nowhere. If they ain't watching their own kids, they definitely ain't gonna watch you. So
Right.
it comes.
That's where discernment come in.
That is when
Mhm.
that was my rule of thumb. They don't watch their kids. Oh no, but they can come over here. They're more than welcome to come over here. And I'm that mom. Like I'm the mom. So that kids will always want to come spend the summers at the house and stuff like that. But even to this day, my son is now 22. Some of those friends are in prison now. Some
Mm.
of the kids that my son went to school with have gotten shot or killed. I couldn't
Mhm.
take that for me. So that was one of my
Yeah.
reasons that I like when that guy said he wanted to come to Ohio and he was looking for jobs in Ohio. No, I want to come to Texas.
Right, yeah,
Texas
yeah.
is where I need to
Let
be.
me come over there.
That's
Mhm.
what my spirit was saying. And I'm like, he was like,
Mhm.
well, you don't have to come. I could come. I could come because I know you got a lot going on. You got a business. Don't worry about that. I said I could do my job anywhere in the world. My job I could do, and it's feeding Texas, right? People got we can back this stuff up, and so it was all me. It wasn't none of him. He did not
Okay.
pressure me. He wanted
Right.
to come to Ohio, and I was like, no. But I said, what the perfect transition will be when my daughter's graduating high school, going into college, and my son graduating eighth grade, going into the ninth grade. That would be the perfect
Right.
transition for us to
Right.
make that move. And that's what I did do. I got in my car. I left my house. I left the furniture. I left the salon. I left the
So you
salon
started
for
new. You started new.
everything.
Oh,
The
oh wait,
winter clothes.
so you had the salon already. You had the salon
In,
already.
in Ohio, I had a
Oh,
loft through Solar Salon Lofts. I had a loft.
okay.
That's where I started off at. Well, I started
Okay,
off in my
yeah.
back
Yeah,
room.
let's go there. Yeah, don't gloss
Yeah.
over that, Unique.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I started
Yeah.
off in my back room. I have four-bedroom
Yeah.
house. So I
Yeah.
made that a little because I love doing pedicures. No matter what, that is my passion. That is what I love to do. I'm in love with it. So, um, I started off down there in that not that basement, but in the room on the first floor. I had a bedroom
Mhm.
on the first floor.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, let me look into. I started seeing people with lofts. Let me look into lofts. And then I had a loft out in Mentor, Ohio. Mentor, Ohio is another suburban place out off the lake on the east side, far east side of Cleveland, right? East side of the lake. And so that's where I was at. It did well. The things that I offer, we'll get into that. So that did really, really well. And
Okay.
when it was time to transition, I had to close everything down. And I just told all my clients I'm leaving. They're like, "Oh my God, don't leave!" I'm out of here. So what we did is I got in my car and I packed up what I could pack up, far as your underwears,
Yeah, whatever you cook, yeah. The bare
just
necessities.
the
Mhm.
basics in the
Mhm.
box with all our paperwork in it, and I drove into the sunrise because I left in
Mhm.
the morning time. Drove right into the sunrise, and I landed here in Houston, and I haven't looked back, and I don't
Wow.
want to look back. Um, I do go home and visit a lot because my whole family there, my mama there, my daddy there, my whole
Mhm.
entire family. It's just my kids and myself that came here. However, we with the salon, how that came about was I used to go to the Asians like anyone else, a traditional nail salon. And I got tired of feeling rushed because I feel like I work hard for my money. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I want to
Mhm.
feel good. And I'm that girl. I'm the bells and whistle girl. Like the hot dog. I don't want a hot dog. I want a hot dog with the ketchup, the mustard, the onions, the sauerkraut, the chili.
No
I want
half
it to look
stepping.
good.
You
Yeah,
said chillins?
chili.
Oh, I'm
No
about to say,
chili.
what the
No.
what the Oh my God.
So whatever
I'm
I
sorry.
do, no, whatever I do is have to be extra.
Yeah, yes.
That's me. And I love making others feel good in my presence. I'm a high
Mm.
vibrational person. It
Yeah,
used to be a
yeah.
time that I was, I'm gonna say, a depressed person because in that transitioning, dealing with that son's father and all
Right.
of that at that point and all
Yes.
that's going on, I used to take Advil PM every day. Just to go to sleep, eat a box of
Mm.
turtles, drink a Pepsi, and two
Mm.
Advil PMs, so I could just go to sleep and wake up and do.
Wow.
Like I just
Mm.
didn't. And that's not nothing. I want to not be here. It's just life wasn't comfortable, and it was a
Right.
transitioning
Mhm.
because
Yes.
I told my mom back in '04, I want to go to church. I started wanting to go to church. I knew it was something God had for me. I
Yes.
felt it in my inner. I didn't know what it was.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
once you make that transition, life become like it seemed like life become very, very hard for you. Like anything that can come up against you was coming up against me. Anything that I may have liked in my past would try to tempt me. And I just, stayed down and I prayed really hard. And during that period, it was dark for me because it was just like, this can't be life. I knew something inside of me was saying, this could not be life. I want to feel
Absolutely.
what joy feel like. I don't know what joy feel like. I know what happiness feel like because things make you happy. But I want to know what it feel like on the inside. What do joy feel like? And I
So it started in Houston. It started there.
no,
No?
I started the transition in '04 with
Oh.
'05 for me. I started finding like in 2010 I started reading more. um I started doing like Black African consciousness because I had a
I
friend.
got you.
He
Oh,
was
okay.
into African consciousness, and at that time, he introduced me into it or whatnot. And I started learning who I am, and I started digging, and I wanted to know more. It was just like you craving for more knowledge, right? And then in 2010, I started reading these books, self-help books like the Master Key System by Charles Hannell, how to inhibit your thoughts and things like that, to get into me, to reprogram my mind. So it started in 2010, but the bust is when I hit Houston.
Okay, got you.
And
Okay.
the clarity came in 2021.
Yeah, thank you for the correction. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the clarity came in 2021.
Mm.
But it's been a long ride. It didn't happen overnight.
No, right, of
People
course.
see things and they say, "Oh, she's doing this and she's doing that," and I think I should move. It was a journey. It didn't happen overnight because when I first came here, it wasn't great. No, I'm not gonna say it wasn't great because the guy that I dated, he made it very comfortable for me. He made it great. However, come to find out, this man was a recovering addict, and I never knew this.
Mm.
And no, then against recovering addicts. But I choose not to want to have dated that because he wind up going back to doing
Oh,
that. And at that
mm.
moment, that because I come from that background,
Right.
that
You
very
don't want to go
moment,
down that rabbit hole.
when I
Mm-mm.
found out that moment, I
Yeah.
ended it. Like at that
Yeah.
second, at that very
Yeah.
second,
Nip
at
it in the
that,
bud. Right. Yeah.
my grandma said this, Faith. She would say, nip it in the bud. That was her saying, nip it in the bud. And I grew to say, we don't nip buds, we squash seeds. It can never grow.
Okay.
Because buds still got the root.
Still
It
got to
ain't gonna
grow.
die.
Right. We still got to. Yeah. Yeah.
We're
I
gonna
got you.
pull that root and we're
Yeah.
gonna get rid of it.
Yes. Yes.
And that, like I say, it was like a
I like that.
nanosecond. I got rid of that because I'm raising kids. I don't do drugs. I'm not a drug user. So I don't want that in my
You don't
life.
want that. No,
And
you
it gave
shouldn't. Yeah.
it gave me a trigger of my childhood.
Yes.
I don't like what that looked like. And I know we don't got VCRs no more. But I didn't want to be sleeping with no man trying to figure out if he gonna be stealing my VCR. When I wake up, my VCR gone. You know
No,
what I'm
go
saying?
on. And the TV.
In the
Mm-hmm.
microwave and the paint off the
Mm-hmm.
wall. No. So
Yeah.
he said, "You cold blooded." Well, call me cold. Go to Ben Top. That's a facility here in Houston.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
to the Glen Bay,
Work
whatever.
on yourself.
But not me. I one thing I
Yeah.
know about me, I can't save you. I can't want for more for you than you want for
Right.
yourself.
Right.
I quit.
That's it.
Tap out. So that was a year after I had got here. That happened about a year and a half, and so and it got rough for me here in Houston, which because at the time I was in contract work, and I was questioning like, should I go back home to myself? And then I said to myself, I'm not going back home because there ain't nothing at home. What I'm gonna do at home? What am I gonna do there? And the Lord said to me, I heard in my spirit, you trying to reinvent the wheel. Do what you do best. Open back up the pedicure
That
parlor.
right back where you started. Mm-hmm.
So I found the loft in Cypress, Texas, because that's where I came when I
Mm-hmm.
came to
Mm-hmm.
Houston. It's Cypress, a little suburb, and I found the loft behind the outlet, and that's where I started, and that's how I grew my clientele. I didn't know no one here, Faith. So what I did do before I opened the loft, I started Ubering. I didn't have a car because
Oh.
the man took my car and
He smoked the car?
he bought me the car,
Oh.
right? He bought me the car. He bought me the car. It was in his name. But girl, he took this car and
Oh,
drove it
wow.
to the California and crashed it in LA.
Bruh, you have really lived. I mean, you met some people, boy. You just came across some people.
And I didn't have a car here in Houston, Texas.
Oh my
This is a big
God.
place. It takes 2 hours to wrap around Houston. But I persevered through. I just pray. I just do what I knew what to do. Pray to God, and I just said, forget it.
Yes.
I'm gonna figure it out because one thing about my job, then COVID happened in 2020. This all happened from
Yeah.
September
Mhm, yeah.
2019.
Wow. Ain't that
Then
something?
COVID hit. What January
Like
2020?
in 2020?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the beginning of 2020.
Mhm.
So I didn't need a car anyway
Mm-mm. You weren't
at this
going
point.
nowhere.
But
Mm-mm.
before COVID hit, I rented a Lyft. So you can rent a car through Lyft and
Mhm.
use it to pick people up. And that's what I did to learn my surroundings, the geographical area, to learn where people is going, what they doing, what's happening, because I knew nothing. I knew no one here, not a soul. But once I did that, COVID hit, and I think I did. No, I didn't do Lyft during COVID. When COVID hit, because then I started taking calls. I got a job to take calls to help people with their video visits and stuff like that. So I worked that through COVID. God been so good. I never missed a beat.
Mm.
However, it was tight for us. And I'm like, I'm not going back to Ohio. It's nothing there. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
I'm gonna figure it out. It's a will, it's a way. It's too many avenues. And one thing about me, my brain is so big and my creativity is wild. It's too many different things. That's when I heard the Lord say, go back to what you do. That it's already in you. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to ask anybody. It's already in you. All I had to do was search in me. And so I opened up the salon in the middle of COVID.
In the middle of COVID.
It opened
Mm.
up when as soon as the governor said we can open, I was open. Matter of
And
fact, I went and looked at the place exactly, and I
so
opened,
you took that major risk, that Hail Mary risk.
and I'm doing,
Lord.
and I'm not wearing no mask, but I will put. I didn't. because I'm gonna also tell you, I opened up that salon. I began to, just post my stuff out there. People
Mhm.
began to gravitate. God sent them to me. That's the only thing I can say. And every time I get
Right.
because I was in this law, I excuse myself. I'll go to the bathroom. And I'm like, thank you, God, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because then I met people. I built a rapport with them, and they love the services. I knew the services was going to be great because I always say, Faith, I'm the best in North America. Let's argue. No.
You better, yeah, you better proclaim it. That's right. You better proclaim it.
And the only reason I say North America is because I haven't been to all the
You
other
haven't been
places
anywhere
that,
else, right?
but I'm
Any,
gonna tell
yeah.
you, I am the best out here on this planet Earth. Okay, when it comes to these pedicures, this is what I do. This is what I was born to do. I learned that we have a divine purpose. Each and every one of us have a divine purpose on this earth. And once you understand your divine purpose and you use it for humanity, you open up
Yes.
unlimited amount of success.
Yes.
So
I
with that,
agree.
yes. So with that being said, not that my divine purpose is doing people feet, but my divine purpose is pouring into
Service.
others,
Service.
servicing,
Hmm.
loving on them. But in doing feet, it's just something I always done since a very little girl. My auntie would say, "Sloth my feet." And she'll go to Sally's as a little girl and she'll teach me how to use the sloughing lotion. And I
Yeah.
just, and you know what's amazing to me?
What's this fascination with you and feet, though? Let me go there. What's that fascination with you and feet?
It's no fascination. I think that's what God. It's no fascination with it because this is you relax. Like I said, that's what I was going to lead up to. When you go
Okay.
somewhere, you go when you want to go somewhere, say a spa, or something. You don't go to get rushed right out, right? You go to relax. You go to feel good. You
Yeah.
work really,
Yes.
really hard for whatever it is you do. My grandmother taught me be the best at whatever it is you do. Be your very best. So if you're gonna be the street sweeper, be the best street sweeper. So I'm
Hmm.
gonna be my best. And when I work really hard for my money, I value that. I need the best service. When I go to get my services and they rush me, I feel like an assembly line. I feel like I was part of the product on the assembly line. Number two, I sit in number two, and before I sit down, it's like I'm back out the door again. I'm like, and my heels are still rough. And then I was And the only thing that looked good was the polish. It was just pretty. And it was just,
Right.
and I said, you know what? I got to figure something out. So in that transition in 2020, well, no, in 2017, I heard God tell me, because that's when I opened up the salon in Ohio. Let's say, yeah, that's when I
Right.
first opened
The
up
law. Hmm.
the law, from the
Hmm.
bedroom.
Hmm.
Um, he gave me every pedicure. I have over 18 pedicures. And every night, I'm not lying to you. This may sound crazy, far fetched, and people might think like I'm not a religious nut. But every night I woke up with a different. Every morning I woke up with a different pedicure, and I wrote it down on how to do it, what to use, and then I said,
Mm.
let me look these products up to make sure they can be on people's skin. With
Right.
the
Right.
flowers, with this, with that, the different scrubs, all of it, like God. And then it was just like opening up doors. It's like whatever you into,
You
the
did
door is
thorough
going to open up.
research. Hmm.
And so I started doing them on my family and friends. And they like, oh, it felt good, with the rose petals and things like that. And so I just came up with a list of pedicures and I implement them. So it's like, when I call it the Pedicure Parlor, God
I
gave me
love it.
that name, and explore your personal indulgence. It's about you.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yes.
explore your personal indulgence, whatever you want to indulge in. And so I have, and it says signature manicures. That's wrong. I was telling my website guy, they're not 95. That should be signature pedicures. He's still updating. He's still making
Oh, okay.
changes. Yeah.
Okay.
But I have, so that is, it, and how I know this is what I'm supposed to do. I can do it for countless hours and never get tired. Now, once
Really?
I leave, I'm exhausted. But when I'm
Right.
doing
Right.
it,
Of course, you're human, but you still
once
love what you do.
but once I'm doing it, I don't get tired. It's like I got more energy, more energy, more energy, more energy. As long as the client's coming, I got the energy to do it. You know, I just absolutely love it. And so my pedicures, like this is the cool cucumber you have brought up. That and all so I have 18 pedicures. I have 10 signature.
18 different pedicures. That's
I have
amazing.
over 18 actually. But
Mm-hmm.
I have 10 signature. I have 4 basic. I have 3 jelly petties. I have an organic pedicure and a detox pedicure. And every month I will have a monthly featured pedicure. And so, and that may be something that's outside of the 10 signature pedicures, and they $95, and they started off at $45, right?
Right.
And what happened is I provide, so for example, my hopeless romantic, that is called the hopeless romantic pedicure, and that is done with a champagne and rose mineral soak, a champagne and rose scrub,
Oh, that
a
sounds so
champagne
good.
a
Oh
champagne and
wow.
rose moisture mask, and a champagne and rose buttercream. You soak your feet in fresh rose petals and champagne. The rose
Mm.
oil from the rose petals absorbs into your skin. First of all, it's for, aesthetics as well. But
Yes.
champagne
Yes.
is an antioxidant, actually, and it helps soften feet.
Mm.
Um, you soak your feet in that, and then once I do the scrub, I do an vigorous scrub, right? And then from the scrub, I rinse you off, and then I put on a mask. When I put on that mask, that's when you get the steam treatment. The
Okay.
mask, I also layer you with fresh rose petals on your legs. And then the rose oil from the steam and the rose oil absorbing into your skin actually
Mm.
help remove toxins. It helps detox you.
Okay.
And actually, rose oil is good for sensitive skin, and a lot of people don't know, but the bottom of our feet is the access point to all of our major organs.
True. Yes, I knew that.
Yes.
Yes.
So I tell people all the time,
Yes.
and I know a lot of people do know this, a lot don't.
Reflexology. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, but if you're ever in a frenzy within your world within, go outside barefooted and get grounded. That's what they call grounding.
Right.
Give
Mhm.
back to,
Mhm.
give that
Yes.
negative energy
Nature. Mhm.
to yeah, and get,
Mhm.
because we're energy, the earth is energy, and just pour it out and get back grounded, get back, stabilize yourself. So that's amazing. When I was a
This
very
looks
little,
amazing. Unique. Just one second, because I just want to insert this real quick because I'm looking at this gallery. I'm looking at and just hearing the um the services that you provide and the details that you get into. I could just tell why you laugh.
because I'm laughing at my clients having a good
Oh,
time.
dancing.
That
Yeah.
one always make me laugh every time I see it.
Yeah, but I just wanna just acknowledge, like, the knowledge that you have and the passion that you I mean, the passion that I hear, even when you
Mhm.
talk about it, it's so amazing to me, and this right here, it just looks so wonderful, and I really hope that everyone in Houston, under the sound of my voice, make their way to your salon and make an appointment as we speak. Because yeah, this is amazing, but oh, wait, so continue, I'm sorry, I just want to insert that real quick.
So I did, okay. So let's go back to elementary just a little bit. As a little girl, just naturally, I wanted to be a scientist. I
Oh,
love the way
okay.
things come together and work, even if it's with me with my IT job. I love how the stuff on the back end works on the front end for an end user. You know what I'm saying? It just it clicks something in my brain. I love the way things combust and just works together. So that's where these pedicures come in at. When you say,
Right.
what is it about the feet? I could do a lot with the foot
Yes.
than I
Yes.
can with the hand. And people
Yes.
say they don't touch feet, they got a feet phobia. Well, guess what? The hands touch more things than the feet
Way
touch.
more, way
The
more.
feet is way cleaner than the hands.
Mm.
They may be a little stinky, but I'm gonna be honest with you. That's only from sweat and being closed in. These hands are dangerous. The feet don't do anything. So I don't know why people have that stigma, but that's
Mm,
I just had to say
mm.
that.
Yeah, I mean, but I understand it, because some people's feet are not as pretty as others. I mean, we all know you've seen many types of feet, Unique.
Yes, yes,
You ain't I mean, I've seen it. I've seen some of those transitions, from your page. I've seen
yeah.
them. So yes,
Okay.
you have to understand that part of it, that aspect.
I
Yeah.
understand. I got it. I understand it. But it's a humbleness for me. I love it. I love being able to make a person really feel good. They can come into the salon and they can be in a panic because they're running late, because traffic here in Texas is really crazy. And they could be like running 10, 20 minutes late, and they be thinking I'm going to cancel their appointment. And they come in with a panic. It's
Oh,
gonna be okay.
yeah.
Just have a seat. It's my job
Yeah.
now. It's my job to help you relax. And by the time
Mm.
they leave, they feel so good. They be
It feels
float.
it feels so much better.
I don't even think they walk. They float.
Mm, mm. Yeah, I tell you, I mean, but just the way that you're able to reach the people and how you are so just let me ask you, where do you go to get your pedicures? Where do you go? Who does your pedicures?
I don't. And that's a shame because I don't have me. I'm like I don't me. I had my friend Helen. She would do my pedicures or whatever, but I don't have anyone that
Really?
does me. I do them myself, and I'm not
Oh.
doing this. I just do enough to make it work. And I got a scrubber in the shower right now to keep them heels together.
But you gotta get, the same type of
Yes,
treatment and service that you provide for others. You gotta do it for yourself.
I
It starts
know.
with you.
Well, I go to spas. I do go to
Okay.
like floating deprivations. You ever heard of that? The
No, what's
floating
that?
deprivation. So, I always joke with my family and friends. Anybody come down here, I take them to the spa. I take them to the floating deprivation place. It's like the Jordan, right? You can go and you can't drown. You float. You just float. You get naked and you just lay there and you
Mm.
float. But you have your own floating tank. And I always tell
Mm.
like I told my cousin, I said, how people when they get paid, they spend their money on drugs and alcohol. I spend my money on food and wellness.
Oh, okay.
So I
Best
go
thing.
float, things like that. And when I go to the spas, they massage my feet and things like that. But just to
Okay.
sit there and do me a pedicure, nobody. I do me. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
so on
hard.
av yeah, I know it is. Yeah. So let me ask you, so, on average, how many do you do a day on average? How many
So
clients do
on
you
a
serve?
day, because I provide an experience, so I'm not your in and out place. I provide
Right.
an experience. It's about a 2 hour experience.
Wow.
So with that hopeless romantic, the signature pedicures come with chocolate covered strawberries. It come with a mini
Mm.
charcuterie, which is with
Mm.
not assorted meat. I try to do just turkey pepperoni because unless you tell me you just do you vegan or vegetarian, assorted cheese and these mini bruschetti crackers, a light cocktail, mimosas. My grand mimosas is what they are like, but I have some of everything there. Hennessy, 1938, tequila, whatever you want, I got it because I'm that girl. I told you I'm the bells and
Yeah.
whistle girl.
Mhm.
And you get a eye steaming treatment as well. So once I cut on the steam, I put you on this eye steam treatment where you just lay back and that
Oh, I
actually
need
heats
that.
up,
Yeah.
and they just melt away. They just feel good. I don't reuse any of my products. When I say any of the surplus items, such as files, buffers, foot files, I allow the client to take the foot file home if that's what they want. I use the Mr. Pumice foot file. And if you want it, they can take it home. I clean it, I sanitize it for them, and give it to them. And I also take away a little aftercare kit with a little mini
Right.
cuticle oil and file, my business
Mm.
card, just things to keep up
Yes.
because people don't know. You have a lot of hardness or a lot of bad build up cuticle. All you got to do is put cuticle oil on there. It would minimize that, and it
Yes.
don't hurt. A lot of times it be hard and dry, which can hurt, right? But if
Mhm,
you keep
mhm.
cuticle oil, it keep it soft. It won't hurt, so you can prevent that in between your
Good to know.
services.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, this is amazing. I never heard like this type of extensive service. I get just the basic, they'll go to their place, but this right here is a whole experience. This is an
You work
experience.
hard for your money, right, Miss
Yeah.
Faith?
Yes. Oh,
And
oh,
you want to feel
yeah.
good, right?
Yes.
You want
Yes.
to feel amazing. That is my job to help you feel amazing.
And
And
can you tell them that? Can you kind of sell this to my audience, please? Your service and yeah, just
yeah,
sell it to us, sell it to to my
yeah,
people.
my job is to help you feel absolutely amazing. I offer over 18 pedicures. And even the most basic pedicure, still you're gonna feel amazing. You're still gonna walk out. I don't The only thing you don't get is like the steaming treatments and the paraffin treatment, because they get a paraffin treatment too. I mean, they get the works. So the only thing you don't get, but you're gonna get your calluses removed. It's my job when you come in, it's my job to help you melt your stress away. That is what I do.
Mhm.
I love to do it. I'm built to do this. You don't have to be embarrassed because some people be embarrassed.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
I had nail techs, right? That's another story. But I
Yeah.
had
How many people you have? But that is that
have none, just me.
none.
I
Just
am,
you?
but you know what? I'm about 5, 10 people. So I got about 10 people up in there work. I do every job,
Wow.
but I do need an assistant. I definitely need an assistant.
You hear
Um,
that?
because I had some nail techs that I paid because I was paying them hourly plus commission,
Mhm.
plus I
Mm.
will offer the health insurance.
Mm. Oh, that's rare.
Yeah, because I
Oh,
have a girlfriend. What we see, I love it here in Houston. I have a girlfriend. Shout out to Shantae. She has the health insurance for the guy, for the barbers and the nail techs and stuff like that. And so I will. She can run it, and you get them a good price. I'll assume that cost because my
mhm.
job
Mhm.
here. Let me tell you, Miss Faith. My job is to pour into you. My job is not to take from you, to hold you down, to keep my foot on your neck. And I tell any nail tech, you should want more for yourself. You know what I'm saying? This should just be like a stepping stone. This shouldn't be this is my say all be all place. Not the pedicure parlor. You're gonna want your own one day, and it's my job to help you reach that point. It's my job to help you become better. Iron sharpen iron.
Yes.
However,
Mhm.
so I will assume that you got to be healthy. You can't be out here. I want you to have high vibrational energy when you're touching these clients. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
And so, with that being said, you got to be healthy. You got
Yes. Yes.
mentally, emotionally, spiritually
Mhm.
healthy.
I agree.
And
Mhm.
so getting into that, my nail techs, I had some nail techs. Um, and I don't mind letting people go because I built my salon, Miss Faith, and I'm not boasting, but I didn't get a loan.
No, you
I
should
didn't
go ahead.
no man gave me money. I
Mhm.
didn't do a scam. I didn't get a PPP. I saved my money from my job. And I save money. And you notice this thing when opportunity and preparation meets, you're ready. Well, I've been preparing, and the opportunity came, and boom, you got the pedicure parlor, and
Mm.
that's just my thing,
I love it. That's
So I don't
amazing.
owe nobody. All I do
Yes.
is owe Comcast, and the people keep on the lights, NRG, and
I
so
love it.
with that being said, I work hard for what I got. That's my baby, like my children. So you can't come in there and do what you want to do. And the people don't
Mhm.
respect black businesses. That's what I
Yeah.
see.
Mhm.
They don't respect black
Mhm.
businesses, and I'm going to
Mhm.
get into
Mhm.
that. And I'm gonna follow up with my reason why I said it. And maybe this will be my opinion, but I'm gonna give you some facts on why I know they don't respect black businesses, and they try not to respect my business. And I tell anybody, listen here, I'm a black owner, black business owner, but I'm not sure any kind of black
Right, because
business
it's certain it's because it's that there are certain expectations that they don't impose on any other business.
the lack
Yeah.
of expectation. I'm gonna tell you that the lack
Yeah,
of.
that mhm.
So
Oh,
when
it's they no, they have entitlement. There's some entitlements when it comes to
you
some
want to come and
black-owned businesses.
play,
Mhm.
you want to come and play.
Yeah.
You want to, I had a
There's
nail
some
tech.
black-owned businesses that gotta step up as well, so it goes both ways.
Yeah, it
You
goes
know.
both ways. But
Mhm.
my job is world class customer service because I
Yes.
like I said, I spend money, and I don't mind whatever it is I want. I'm gonna get it because I don't mind spending the money for it. Quality is for me. My mom always taught me that as a little girl, quality. So if I'm going somewhere, I want to be respected. I want to be felt. I want my money. I want to feel good spending this dollar that I didn't work really, really hard for, because it go
Absolutely.
fast.
Absolutely.
It took me a long time to get it, but it go real, real fast. So
Mhm.
I want to feel real good about my purchase. And so I emphasize on customer service. I think I put on a production but about when it comes to customer service. Not only that, I have handbooks. I run it like a corporation. I have, you have to sign your own new hire paperwork. I'm not playing with nobody. So, and I thought that would make them take it more serious, but it don't. I had one
Mhm.
that want to smoke marijuana.
Mm.
Nothing against smoking a reefers. Now, ain't nothing against smoking reefer, okay?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it is because it's not. But what I'm gonna tell you is not at work though.
Right. I mean, you
And like
should
I
know
told
how to separate the 2.
she go
Yeah.
out, went, I guess for lunch, went and had a little drink at the Papados and smoke her some reefer. She come back in, she tired. She and doing all these noises. The the client that came in, the client and I have clients. So
Right.
any nail tech work for me, all the walk-ins you can get. I want to give to you. I want, and then, here, I want to try to help you, help you grow. Well, she denied the client and wanted to go home because she was tired.
Mm.
Well, I had to talk with her. I didn't let her
Why?
go. She let herself go because
Right.
she didn't like that. I said no smoking, no reefer, and so I now I gotta go because this is a learning for me, right? with having employees. I'm learning as I go. So now I got to go back and redo this handbook. Drug free zone. No reefer, no
Yes.
crack, no crank, no heroin, no meth, no Zanny bars, no Mexicos,
Right, you yep. You gotta be specific with these people. Yep.
no Mollies.
They're always trying to find loopholes.
Like
There's
none of
always a
the
loophole.
drugs. Don't
Yeah,
do the
none of
drugs.
that. None of
Right.
that.
I say I don't care if you shoot Peru when you leave him, but don't do it here. Because
That's
right.
it. That's it. Yeah. Because you want why would you want to do it in that environment anyway? I mean, that just
And then
yeah.
coming to work and and I'm like, what? And then I asked her, and I could be a little bit direct and blunt.
Yeah, yeah.
What you gonna work for? The finger charms all day? Because you're not doing no clients. What did you come here for?
Right,
And
right.
I probably could have been a little bit more, easier with her. She didn't want to come back.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
fine.
sometimes that
Thank you.
sternness. Mhm.
Because this is not go get a job at the smokehouse, the smoke shop. They had a lot of smoke shops. If that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So then that was a nail tech. Another nail tech I had, she just wanted to call off all the time and hang out with her boyfriend. And then when I let
Mm.
her go, her mom calls me and tell me that her mom calls me and say, "Hey, Miss Unique, such and such tells me that you let her go, and she was really
Oh.
looking up to you to mentor her. She was excited, and her spirit was just broken, and you was really mean to her." I said, "Well, Miss such and such, the mom last name."
Right. Not that you owe an explanation, but go ahead.
I said, "Well, Miss such and such, your baby spirit was broken when you conceived her. You're not gonna put that on me."
No.
Okay, that's one. Two, your baby don't come to work.
You said that to
I can't mentor somebody that don't show up.
Oh my god.
She don't show up. And she said, "Well, I can't contest to that." Because she
Of
said
course
that
not.
you're never open and this and the third. I said, "Well, when I am open, and I'll take accountability. I have a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't open a lot. But when I am open, first of all, she only want to work from 10 to 2. That's it. On Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I'm there on the day she's supposed to be there. So regardless of
What's
me
the
not being
problem?
open on Tuesday,
Mhm.
Wednesday, because I'm getting the shop started and everything, right? I have things going on. When I'm there for her, she don't want to come. She calls off. She called off a lot. She will show up some, but she will call off. And she was great. Don't get me wrong. She was amazing. She did great nails. She was great. But her work ethics was not great at all.
Right.
And
Right.
they won't be great as long as mommy get on the phone and get to calling and wanting to talk on her behalf. Because hello, ma'am, you are in
Yeah.
corporate
That's not
America.
appropriate.
Who call
Mm-mm.
talk for you?
Mm-mm.
Your daughter don't show up. I said, well, if she don't show up, I said, well, I said she don't show up. She said, I can't contest to that. I said, well, I can because I got all the messages of her calling off. And then when she called off, she had trail rides, drinking cut waters. So, I mean, I don't need
Oh
this.
my god. Now you just I mean, you just be going through it. I mean, you just come across so many different walks of life. I
And then
mean,
my last nail tech, she was great. And I liked her personally. I consider her to be a friend, but when I let her go, she took it as a defense.
mm,
She never had client retention. She was with me for 10 months and not one client came to revisit her. So that's not a problem for you. It's a problem for the pedicure parlor because even the clients you bring that comes in, she never brought anyone in beside her family. But the clients you are bringing that they just come in and I get to walk in, they're not coming back. That's a problem. So to me, they're not getting a full experience. And what the straw that broke the camel back for her was a client because I already had put her on a 90-day action plan back in January. I asked her, I sit and talk with them. What's going on? Tell me, how can I help you be better?
keep going, Unique.
Oh,
I'm
oh, oh,
listening. I'm
oh, I'm
listening.
sorry. How can I help you be better? How can I make, how can I help you with your goals? Things like that. She really didn't know. And I was just telling her some of the things that I did see in her or whatever that I noticed. You don't have a client that come back. That's a problem. You don't have
Right,
repeat
right.
clients.
No repeat people. Mhm.
And I said, I said, you go to church. She's a minister. I said, now, predominantly everybody in there, I'm going to say, got a pair of feet. Well, I don't know why I come here.
Right. Why they coming? Right.
Right. She said, well, I don't know. I tell people they don't come. I said, I'm gonna do one up for you. Do one better. I'm not from here. You're from here, but I got clients. So something is wrong. We need to bridge the gap. So I put on a 90-day action plan. It was a Saturday. A client came in, walk in. She wanted
Mhm.
a peppermint jelly petty. I don't know what happened because the shop is not was so big, but I don't know what happened from the client asking for a peppermint jelly petty to her going to the back. She came back out with a lavender jelly petty. And
Mm.
I said, she asked for a peppermint jelly petty. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's cool. You have a problem.
No, it's
It's not
not.
okay. It's never
How you not?
okay.
How you gonna give them what you want to give them?
So I went back and fixed the peppermint jelly patty. And that following week, I told her, I said, the next client, because she had a walk in that came, well, a walk in came in, wanted to tour the shop, see me on Instagram, seen us on Instagram, on Facebook, wanted to come and tour the shop. And she made an appointment for that following Thursday. So I said, hey, you can take that up client. But after that day, and I'm still seeing a pattern of,
Right.
just I said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the client, but I still want you to come in because I want you to watch me do this client, you know. And on that day that came, she called off for work. And it's like, okay, cool.
Oh, that's
But
not good.
but she said
Yeah.
she had something very important to do. Well, I guess it was to go to the Astro game because that's where she was at the Astros
How do
game.
you know where these people be? Oh, they
Because
be
they
on
on
social media.
because they
The
so
social media. Oh my.
silly.
Oh.
Like silly, like on some, I can't make
Oh.
it up. So she had the Astro game. I said, okay, so she playing with me. Yeah, nah, I'm a joke because I'm nice, but then I'm either nice or I'm not. And when I had all her things already packed up on Saturday, when she came into work Saturday, she came in. She was late that day. I told her I need to talk to her, and I just told her, based off of everything that's going on right
Mhm.
now, you being here is not meeting the needs of the pedicure parlor. I need high vibrational energy. I need someone that can have client retention, things of that nature. And she
Right.
said, what, did somebody complain? And I'm thinking, not this. She's asking this. Nobody never comes back. So I start to ask the clients what's going on. And they told me they just didn't care for her services, that they didn't like her services, that she didn't like, she was still have polishing up sidewalks. But I tried to help her with those things. She
Mhm.
took it personal. She got upset and took it personal. And
Right.
that's okay.
Right.
And I found it, I'm okay by myself. I didn't figure it out. I don't
Got you.
I
Yes.
don't even want nobody, my clients like me by myself because they're able to open up. They share. It's a safe space. It's
Yes.
a space of wellness. I had a young lady recently reach out to me to want to come and work at the salon. And this one, she just when it was time for her to come, she said text me that morning and text me and said, hey, I can I come at 12 instead of 10? And I said, absolutely not.
Mm.
Unfortunately, I intentionally scheduled 10 o'clock on purpose, intentionally, because I have clients back to back in the afternoon, you know, and you were supposed to come tour the shop. I had
Right.
still never seen her face to face. Tour the shop, get to know me, make sure this is the right feel. Go over some of the procedures, look over some of the pedicures, because this is just not you going to put somebody in the water and you're going to do something real fast. It's a certain
It's a
procedure,
process.
it's
Mhm.
a process, and these clients are spoiled. So,
Mhm.
you got to make sure you know what you're doing or whatever. Well, she gave me her reason, and her reason, I left her with her reason. It was, she suffered from migraines and insomnia. Well, I consider, and I hope all is well with her going forward.
Right. Right.
However, I consider the pedicure parlor a place of wellness. And with that being said, we're touching people. Well, I don't take it lightly. I am very grateful. Like you said, you thank me for taking the time out to be here. I thank my clients for even they can go to any
Yeah.
salon and they
True.
come to the pedicure parlor and they support me and then they tell other people. So there's no way on God's green earth that you're gonna be in here one day and you get triggered because she said stress trigger her. And you might get stressed out and you get triggered.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not the right environment.
That's
Mm.
not the right, this is not the right environment
Mm.
for this. So I'm okay with being by myself and my clients is okay with it. I don't have this shop that is full of people all the time, but it's constant because
But
this
right.
and it
Right.
pays for itself.
It
It
works.
don't
And
come
it
out of
works
my
for you.
pocket.
It works for you.
Yeah, and it's paying
Yeah.
for itself, actually.
Right.
Now, I'm
Mhm.
not spending no money out of my pocket to make it run. So I figure out other ways to make the shop continue to, generate more income. And I'm gonna tell you, you're the first to hear this. I'm going to start hosting date nights or couple date nights.
Oh.
The pedicure parlor
Oh.
after dark.
Yeah,
We,
talk about it.
we won't be doing any pedicures, but we will be doing game. Okay, so what it's going to be is
Nice. Yes.
a sip and paint because it's
Okay.
just me. And sometimes clients like to come in with their friends or their
Yes.
significant other, and they both want to get done. Well, while one wait, I got this thing. Why wait when you can create? So I have pre-drawn um canvas with the paint and everything, and I have it set up at the front, so you can paint while this client is getting done. So once you're done
Oh.
painting,
Yeah.
then
Then it's
vice versa. If
yes.
that's what you
Yes.
choose to do, and
Perfect.
it's all
Yes.
complimentary, it doesn't cost. So what I decided to do is host a date night, and this date night, this is my first one. So it's going to be a couple's date night, and I'm super excited about this, right? Um, it's going to be sip and paint, but it's not just sip and paint. We're going to sip, we're going to paint, and we're going to play games. But the games is questions as like, so I will have it curated where we're going to each couple is going to be for 5 couples. It's going to be from 7 to 10, and they're going to receive a mimosa flight. They'll get 4 different mimosas. Each couple
Mm.
will get person in the couple will get a mimosa. So and they will get a full tray with about 8 chocolate covered strawberries,
Mm.
grapes, assorted meat, assorted cheese, crackers, and then they will have that set up for them. They will have their paint in their canvas. They will go in and they will pick a canvas out the bag. And whatever canvas they get out the bag, that's what they're going to paint. And it matches. I have a couple canvases where the woman matches the man to whatever. And with that being said, in between them painting, I will ask them questions like, what is it that you secretly love about your partner that your partner don't know? Or
Mm.
things like
Mm.
that. We'll have dating questions. Do you know your partner? What if today was the last day that you can hear any kind of music? What was your partner's song would be for the rest of their life? Things like that. So just to make it interesting, just
Oh, I love that. And so when is the first one? When is it?
it's gonna be October 17th. I haven't posted it
October
yet, but it's gonna
17th.
be October 17th. And I have a friend of mine. She is a mobile bartender, and she will be there serving up the
Cocktail.
mimosas. And
Yes.
in between the mimosas, we'll have a sip or shot. You can either take a sip or take a shot, and you're not pressured to take a shot either,
Mm,
because they got to
mhm.
drive home, so I don't want to get them liquored up. But however, they could take a shot if they don't decide they want to answer a question, not to get too personal or anything like that. And then they
Right.
also get a chance to be entered into a drawing, because at the end of each game date night, I will have some things that they can be entered to win. So like a basic pedicure and whatever else I come up with. I'm still
Oh,
coming up with the
okay. You coming
ideas
up with
right now.
ideas. But
But
I
that
love
is
that.
basically the date night.
Yes.
So
I
it's not
love
just
that.
paint and sip. We're gonna interact. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna listen to some music, and it's gonna be amazing.
Yes, and that sounds amazing. Thank you so much for giving me the exclusive.
Yeah.
You guys make sure that you make sure you stay tuned for that date night at the Pedicure Parlor.
Yes,
So
the
yes, make
pedicure
sure
parlor after dark,
after dark. Yes,
and
after
we will
dark.
not be doing pedicures.
Yes, everything but, right? Yeah,
Exactly,
but let me
everything
ask
but.
you, Unique, what do you think about like you come across anybody to do feed content?
When you say do feed content,
Like
what you mean, like
they
feed
actually
finders?
yeah, yes, they get paid for taking pictures of their feet and stuff like that.
No, but
What do you think?
okay. So when I first opened up here, I had a client. She told me that her and her girlfriends was getting into that, and that she just wanted regular polish. She didn't want gel polish, because that's another thing I offer. I offer gel. I don't charge you extra. My pedicures are no hidden fees. So
Right,
if you're
right,
$95,
right.
it's
But they split it.
$95. That's what it
Right.
is.
Hmm.
So she was saying she want regular polish because she's going to be changing her toenail polish up, because she's going to be doing a feet
Doing
finder.
the
But I get a lot of
yeah.
people to say, hey, they want to do it. And I'm thinking about that sounds like a good idea. But I just don't have the bandwidth.
Oh, so I mean, so the people that does it, like, did they mention their outcomes? Like, are they
No,
doing
she
well
told me
with
she
it?
was getting into it at that time. And
Oh,
that
she
was
was
back
getting
in
into it. Mhm.
2020 when I first opened up here. I haven't seen her or
You
talked to
haven't
her
seen
because
this?
I think she
Oh, okay.
moved.
I was just
Yeah,
curious.
yeah. No,
Oh, okay.
I know I see it online a lot, and I'm like, that
Yeah.
sounds interesting, but I don't personally have the bandwidth. I am full. My
Yeah, you got a lot going on. Yeah.
what they say, yeah, balls to the wall, full.
Yeah.
That's me.
'Cause not only you have this business, but you have a regular job as well on
I
top
have
of
a
that.
yes, I am, and a
Yeah.
lot of people don't know that either. They don't know I
Yeah.
work, and the
Right.
people and
Yeah.
a lot of people at my job don't know I have a business. So it's just
So how do you
it's like I'm
maintain
two
that?
people.
Yeah, how you maintain that balance? That you get enough sleep. What else do you do for fun? Make time for something like and how do you balance it out?
Okay, so on the weekdays, I open up at 5:30. So, and because it's a 2 hour service, I only can take about like one client. Now, if you call me, I may take you and I'll just stay over a little bit. But 1 to 2 clients on the weekdays. On the weekends, I'm doing about 4 to 6 clients on Saturday. Closed on Sunday, closed on Monday. I have to have Sunday because Sunday is my absolute only day I have for me. Some Sundays, I'm doing nothing. I'm twinkling toes. I'm watching a lot of Tubi.
Mhm.
Tubi is my thing. I watch all the movies.
Yes. Shout out to my Tubi people. Shout out to
I
them.
I love
Yes.
I be Faith. I don't tell nobody, but I be inside they DMs like, hey, I loved you in that movie.
Don't say nothing about that. Why want to keep that? Don't withhold that.
My daughter be like, if you don't
Don't
get
hold that
those
on that.
people, my
Yeah.
daughter be like, if you don't get out those people DMs, I'm like, I'm going to my because one time they had a
Most of
premiere.
them respond.
Yes, they do. And
Yeah.
one time they had a premiere in Cleveland, Ohio for Black Men Don't Cheat 3.
Okay, I saw
I
that.
was
Oh,
right
shout out
there
to
in
Camille.
yes, yes, shout out. Boom boom. What I was in the building. You hear me? I went because I'm from Cleveland. So I'm like, I got to
Right,
go.
right.
Yes, I gotta go. If I could, you know how people follow their favorite football team around? I will follow these people around. I love a Tubi movie. And I started watching these
Mhm.
movies before it was Tubi. I think they were like on Amazon or
It's on
something.
Prime.
Or
Amazon Prime.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Like what
yeah,
211. This movie was
yeah.
called 211. And some of the just like and they used to be called low budget movies or whatever.
Yes,
And I said they
independent.
did came up. The acting has gotten improved. The picture has
Mhm.
improved,
Yes.
especially when our actors, Hollywood went on strike
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
during COVID and all of that. I love this. I love it for them. I tell the lady, the shoe lady production or whatnot, I tell
Shout out
her,
to shout
I'm
out to
always
Latanya.
emailing,
Yeah.
texting her like, hey, well, not texting her, but DMing her like, girl, thank
Yeah,
you
so you
so
need to
much.
subscribe to my channel, Unique, and check out my interviews with these people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
see you did one with Hakeem and I went to
Yes.
Bedford with him. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, get
So
out.
but I text her and I say, hey, I'm just so grateful that you follow what God had for you because it enlightened me. My sister says she's like, I don't understand it. Because I be engulfed in the movie.
Yeah. Mhm,
I'm
mhm,
like, don't go in there.
mhm. Yep, yep.
I
Yeah, but I'm
love
glad you
those
make time for you. That's the most important thing. You make
yeah.
time for you. So
So
that's
that is the highlight of
yeah.
my life. The Tubi
Yes. The
movies,
2B
twinkling my
movies.
toes,
Yes.
maybe a
You're
glass
just
of
resting,
champagne.
relaxing. Mhm.
And I like to cook, and I made my home so comfortable where I don't really
Yes.
have to go out. If I do go out, it's because family or friends is here and they want to see Houston. And I started telling them, don't call me. I know what Houston about. This ain't my vacation. It's like $5,000 to hang out in Houston. Like in a weekend. It's a $5,000 weekend. Don't call me. This
Right, right. So let me ask you this. I'm gonna put a few names out here, Unique.
okay.
Indulge me a little bit. If you had the opportunity to do a particular pedicure for someone, I'm gonna put some names out there. You gotta tell me what type of pedicure would you give
Okay.
them.
Okay.
All right, all right. Shirley Caesar.
Shirley Caesar. I would give her the let me see. Shirley Caesar. I think I would give her the Lavender Garden pedicure.
Oh, sounds nice. Sounds
Yes,
good.
yes.
Okay. Now, I gotta say Morris Chestnut. I gotta give him that. I gotta say Morris Chestnut.
I would give Morris Chestnut our Sportsman's pedicure because that comes with a
Oh.
hot stone massage.
Oh, okay. I think you would. I think you would love that. Can I
I
walk?
think I love it too.
Can I walk?
Wait a minute. I just did one for somebody and my daughter was there helping me. And she was like, I didn't know we did that. Can I have that pedicure? That's my sportsman's done with the
Sportsman.
basil
Okay.
and eucalyptus.
All right. Now, Nia Long.
Nia Long, let me see. I give her to take me to the islands pedicure.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, she's from the islands too. Okay, makes sense. All
Yeah,
right.
okay, I didn't know she was from the
Yeah,
islands.
yeah. Her mother's from Trinidad.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't know that. Well, I definitely would
yeah,
give her to take me to the islands
yeah. So
pedicure.
so funny you said that. Wow, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna get you on this one. TD Jakes.
Oh my God, TD Jakes. What am I gonna get him? I'm gonna have to curate one for him. I might get him, I might get him the green tea mint pedicure, the organic pedicure. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson. Let's see. She would probably get the chocolate pedicure. I have a hot chocolate pedicure.
Beyonce and Jay Z.
Oh my God, Beyonce and Jay Z. I'm gonna have to curate one just for them. I'm gonna have to make it really good,
They make
and,
that
and I'm gonna
real
have to
good.
name it
Yeah.
like
Yeah. They have to hold like a whole new.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But but to say if it was just one, I would let's see, what would they take? I don't know. Well, Jimmy B's ain't. I can't
Put
even
some
talk.
out there. Put some out there.
I'm gonna say, I would do the Big Daddy pedicure, which is not on my list, but it's done with cognac
Oh.
and brown sugar and honey.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah,
Mm. That's something you can eat. That's a pedicure.
right. So that's like one of the monthly feature ones I have had.
and,
Yeah,
and and last one, your Ohio sister, Shirley Caesar. I
we
mean,
said
not Shirley Caesar, Shirley Murdoch. I'm sorry, Shirley Murdoch.
Shirley Murdoch.
Yeah.
Shirley Murdoch. Let me get. I'm gonna give her a peppermint jelly petty.
Oh, peppermint jelly. All right, thank you for that. Thank you for indulging me. I just wanted to. I
Yeah.
just was curious. I was like, let's see what kind of. Let me see what I can challenge Unique on that. Okay, I
Yes.
like. I like. Yeah,
Yes.
and I just like I said, I just those all those flavors. That sounds so delicious.
Yeah. I got lemon drop pedicure. I
Yeah,
have.
all of that, all of that. So,
Yes.
but before I continue, Unique, I just wanted to just take the time to acknowledge you, not just as a professional, but just as an overall individual.
Uh-huh.
Just sharing your journey so far, and how passionate you are about your service that you render. So, I just want to make sure that I give you your flowers that you
Thank
deserve while you're
you.
here.
I
Yeah, absolutely.
appreciate. Thank you. Thank
I
you.
appreciate you. Yeah,
Thank
so you
you
deserve
so
your
much.
flowers. And
All right.
so, now I want to do a little. I'm gonna have a little fun with you, Unique.
Okay.
A little more fun. I this is a game that I enjoy playing with my guests called This or That.
Okay.
All right,
Here they come, yo. Here they come.
all right, all right. You good?
Yes, I'm good.
All right. So this or that. So I'm gonna come up with some things that you need to choose one of, and you can't plead the fifth. You can't say both. Choose one or the other. And if you're not familiar with a certain thing, let me know so I can change it. Because
Okay.
you have to make sure that you're familiar with both.
Okay.
All right. So Ohio or Texas? I think I kind of know, but yeah.
Texas.
I figured. I just wanted to say. Okay. So, are you when it comes to a man, are you a chest person or a butt person?
Chess. I'm gonna say chess. Yeah.
Oh, chest. Okay. All right. So,
His
I
chess, right?
the chest or butt?
I'm talking
Chest.
about his chess, not
His
mine.
chest. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
his.
yeah. A
Yeah,
chess guy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Lipstick or lip gloss?
Lip gloss.
Okay. Lavender or the peppermint jelly petty? Which one?
Lavender.
Lavender. Yeah, I'm a lavender person too. Yeah, I love lavender.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, right. Yeah. So you mentioned Tubi. So I don't see. I'm good at the movies, but not the title. So bear with me. Um, the Good Man franchise or Black Men Don't Cheat. Which installment? Which franchise do you
The Good
prefer?
Man franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kamal Smith.
Yeah, I love Come
Yeah,
On, man.
yeah.
I just watched three the other night.
You just watched Me Too. I just put
Yeah.
up on my face on my Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad, but I'm like, I hope they make it where she come back and be.
Right, because I'm
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
that's what they was doing, based on the ending, right?
yes,
You're gonna have like
yes,
a spin-off type of thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I thought so too. Yeah. So chocolate or caramel?
Chocolate,
Carrots or celery? Oh,
celery,
All right. So bagels or croissants?
Croissants.
Okay. Turkey or chicken?
Chicken.
Okay. And so cherries or grapes?
Cherries.
Frankie Beverly and maize or Earth, Wind and Fire?
I'm gonna say
I,
Frankie Beverly and
yeah, I
Maze.
got you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
got you. Huh? Yeah, I got
yeah.
you on
You
that
got
one.
me on there because
Yeah.
that's my
Oh,
music.
yeah. You mean yeah? Shoot, don't get me started, girl. All right. Yeah. All right. So which one is your favorite escape song? Love on my mind or just kicking?
Neither, which I can have fun. Oh, okay.
Oh, you don't like neither one?
I'm not a big Escape fan.
You're not a big skate fan? Okay, let me change it then. Let me
Okay,
not.
I'm like
Yeah. All right. So, which one is your favorite SWV song then? Weak or always on my mind?
always on my mind.
You always on my
They just can't.
mind.
Yeah,
Hey, hey.
but I like the week too. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And so, let me give you one more. Spades or Uno.
I'm gonna say space because I do not play Uno. No.
No, all right. Then let me change it. Then let me know. Let me change it. Let me change it. Let me change it. All right. Let me give you this. Jeopardy or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Jeopardy.
Yeah. Thank you, thank you. That was wonderful,
Yeah.
Unique. Ah, you did good. You did good. All
Thank
right,
you.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are two final questions I want to ask before we wrap up, and I look forward to
Okay.
the answers that I receive because I enjoy every last one of them that
Okay.
I get that I get from my guests. And so, if you had the opportunity to have five people at the senior table, dead or alive, who would they be and why? And I need the why for each person,
Five people.
dead or
Oh,
alive.
dead or alive. Whew, let's see. Five of them. I would want. It don't matter at any.
Nope, it don't matter.
Okay. One, I would want the Pharaoh when they said Pharaoh let my people go.
Oh,
That
okay.
that
What
one.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow! I gotta hit a wow on that one.
Well, because I wanted to know what was going on, what was happening, what, why was your ego so big that you
Mm,
had you
huge
that you
ego.
that what was you afraid of other people becoming great? What was happening? You know what I'm
Oh, that's
saying?
interesting. Wow, you starting already, Unique. Okay, I gotta hear the rest of them.
Okay.
You starting
So
already. Okay, I
that
see. I
one,
see where you going.
dead or alive. Who else? Let me think. I would want to talk to at the table. Think Unique. Um, I would like to talk to Charles Mason
Interesting.
because I be want to know. Like we know why what possessed. We see what they do, but what happened to you?
You talking
What
about Charles Manson?
mass? Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
yeah. Like what happened? What made you?
Mhm.
Just what's
Hmm.
going on? I always like to know what's going on in somebody's mind. Like what is clicking
Right. Right. Absolutely.
or not clicking? What's happening?
Right. Right.
um, I would like to talk with I would like to talk with Warren Buffett
Mm.
because he got the key. He got the sauce.
Yeah.
He
A
got
lot of gems. A lot.
he
A
got a
lot.
lot of gems. Exactly.
Mhm.
I like to talk with what is it, Deepak Chopra,
Mhm.
because I I'm that person. I'm really into my inner, getting to know and energy and manifesting and things like that. And I would
Love it.
I would like to talk to
Mm.
Dr. Sabi because I always
Mm.
I always say I want to go. I'm that girl. I'm the herbal girl.
Yes. Mhm.
I make
Mhm.
my own ginger shots. I'm a natural person, and I always I want to go to Honduras and just become
Yeah.
One would go in the village and just lay naked and become one with the.
Yeah. Yeah, with the universe, right?
But
Yeah.
yeah, and let me just think about somebody. How many
Was
is
it
that?
wasn't that 5?
Was that five?
Yeah.
The
One
Deepak, Pharaoh, Dr.
Charles
Sadie,
Manson.
and Charles Manson. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, but
That's
no,
my
that's I
marker.
love that. I love that
Yeah,
table.
because
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
gotta
like
have a
that.
you can't have it all good. You gotta have a mixture.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. No, that one was good. That was good. Yeah, I like to be the fly on that wall. That's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now here we go. Who would get the big piece of chicken and why?
Who
Who would get the big piece of chicken and why?
who will get it? Just anybody.
Anyone out of those 5 people that you mentioned?
Oh, all of them. Okay, who would get the big piece of chicken and why? Okay.
Yes, at your table. Mhm.
Well, definitely won't be Dr. Sebi because I don't think he was eating meat.
No,
But
he wasn't. Mm-mm.
it would probably have to be uh it would have to be Pharaoh. Why? Because he had a whole nation.
Mm.
He done something. He knows something. He knew how to trigger the mind to make people succumb to him. And he had them because I just don't understand it. I don't understand followers, to be honest. I love
Mm.
leaders.
Mhm, mhm.
So I would need to understand, he would get the chicken.
You would get the chicken, kinda coerce him, like, kinda lure him to kinda get
Yeah,
more into the
yeah, yeah,
inside.
gotta,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I see you. Okay, I
Soften
see
him
you.
up.
Oh, okay. Good, okay. Alright, I see you being strategic. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta be
Yeah,
strategic. Yeah.
absolutely. Oh, alright, Unique. Alright, I see you. Alright,
Yes.
so now this question, Unique, I take from the late James Lipton from Inside the Actor Studio. So, Unique Brewer, when you enter into the pearly gates, what would you want God to say?
I want him to say, well done, my child. I
Mhm.
ask him, and I tell him every day, like, I just want to make you proud of me. I want to do what's
Mhm.
right. Um, and every day, there are 4 agreements. The 4 agreement. You ever read that book,
No,
Four
no,
Agreements?
no.
It's the 4 agreements. One of the agreements is be impeccable with your words.
Mm.
Be careful what you say. Your words is power, Raffo, right? That whole phrase, I am, and then whatever you attach yourself to, that's what you are. That's what you will become. That's what you grow. And so be impeccable with your words, not just with me, but with anybody else. Speak life. Be your best, no matter what it is. Be your best. And at times your best is not always good
Right.
at night
Mhm,
than it is
mhm.
in the
For
day.
that
But
moment. Mhm.
but it's gonna be the best that I'm giving you. Also don't take anything personal. When you take things personal, you become that. And first of all, whatever somebody do to you, I had to learn this. I'm still learning. Like, but it's not me. It's their world within them that they messed
Mm.
up. They're miserable.
Mm.
My friend said best. She said, "You're a bunch of M&Ms, mad and miserable."
Mm. Mm.
And
So you
so,
yeah, okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
and then, so when I talk to God every day, I just want to be my best. I want every day. I want to do better today than I did yesterday. And
Mm.
I kind of judge myself. Well, I'm hard on myself. Like, man, I done failed. I hope I get tomorrow. Hope I get tomorrow to make it over. Even though I don't have to stay in that moment of whatever it is that I may have, succumbed to at that moment, because it's only an issue at that moment. Or then
Mhm.
we can change it. You know what I'm saying? But I just want God to say, "Job well done, my child." That's what I
Yes.
want Him to say to
Yeah, I
me.
get that a lot. That well done. That
Yeah,
confirmation. Yeah, I get that a lot.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
did it? Because I ain't trying
Yes.
to come
I feel
back.
that.
It's this
Yes.
song by Tina Marie, "Deja Vu,"
Yes. That's one of
and
my favorites.
one of my favorites too.
Oh my gosh.
But it
We have
hit,
so much in common, Unique. Wow.
yeah, but it hit different for me.
Yes, it
It's not
does. It
just a
does.
song. If you listen to
Mhm.
what she's saying,
Oh, yes, yes.
I don't want to come back here.
Mhm, mhm. I
Now,
no,
don't get me
I
wrong.
get it. I
And I
totally
tell
get it.
people all the time, I say, don't nobody, everybody complain about being on earth, but don't nobody want to die. Now, some people do want to be like, they just want to say themselves.
Mhm,
But
mhm, mhm.
however, I love it. I love life here. I'm always asking God for, more years, longevity, healthy life. But I also have to do things to help that, providing that, I don't go out here and get, hit by something or whatever, eating
Mhm.
healthy and things like that. Just doing my part. But it's a ride. It's the journey, and the and,
Yes, that's
and
it.
and I don't know if I want to walk in any more other shoes.
After all you've done all you can. Yep. Yep.
And I'm finally here. I finally found, like I said, 2021 is when I seen a light, and I said, "Oh, I feel joy in the inside." I wake up every day with a clear mind, clear heart, clear spirit.
Yes.
Not only that I'm rebuking the things outside of me, but I'm rebuking the things in me, because I'm still human. I still have negativity. We're both made
Yes.
up of positive.
Mhm.
So with that
Mhm.
being said, I have to rebuke the things within me, in my
Mhm.
mind, that may come up. I'm like, this is crazy, girl. Why did you do that? And not act on those things. I'm fighting me. It's a spiritual warfare. So I want to just be job well done, my child. That's what I want.
Yes, and that's what you shall get. I truly believe that. But ladies and gentlemen, just give it up for Unique Brewer. You know, it's been a great time. I appreciate all of this. Every second of this. I really do appreciate that. I enjoy every moment, and I do appreciate you being here. I really do. Hope
Thank
you're
you,
back.
First Faith. I appreciate you so much. I hope you have me back. I appreciate
Absolutely.
you.
Yes.
Great, great.
Absolutely. Yes.
And I like to always tell people, may you continue being great on purpose.
Yeah. Well said. Very well
Yep.
said. And God bless you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Yes, that was Unique Brewer, owner of the Pedicure Parlor. Please make sure if you're in the Houston area at any time, whether you actually live in there or visiting there, please make sure you look her up. Her information is going to be in my description box and underneath this video. Please make sure you check her out. I mean, I've been enjoying this, and I know it's been a couple of hours, but it doesn't feel like that. It's just always a vibe when I'm able to experience my interviews in this way. It's a vibe for me, and I really enjoy it because these people come through to my platform. Like I said, don't have to make the time, but they do. And the way they're able to share and pour into me, as much as I try to pour into them, they're pouring into me. They're inspiring me. They're teaching me. It's just so much that they are they are doing just by that one sitting alone with me that they don't even know. So I'm hoping that they do the same for you, and I hope that you receive Unique in the best way possible. So I really thank you guys so much for tuning in. Whether you watching the replay or whether you watching on live, shout out to those people and those who are in the bushes. Shout out to you as well. Thank you so much for being here. And so I have a couple more interviews lined up. My next one is going to be on the 19th, where I'm going to be interviewing with children's book author Danielle Renee, and I'm going to be sitting with her. So please make sure you tune in for that. And if I have any other content in between, I'm going to be in the building with you. I'm going to just click my button and talk to the people. So just make sure that you stay tuned. Just stay tuned for whenever I decide to come on. And so on that note, just do what my sister Nicole tell you to do. And
If you find the time to like, share, subscribe, don't forget, faith is the substance of things hoped for. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. Make sure you like, subscribe today.
oh,